Hey everyone, great to see you. What an amazing Wednesday. What a terrific day. And we're also very happy to have a familiar face back. We haven't gotten to see that face in quite a while. And tonight's a day for celebration. A lot of things. I'm going to do some announcements out the gate for our friends watching in these United States. Happy Inauguration Day, and may the rest of 2021 present many opportunities for hope and many steps forward. I think we can all drink to that. This is water, and I'm having a great time drinking it. That being said, also want to take a brief second to make a personal thank you and call out to a member of this amazing production that we've been blessed to do this entire time. Our editor, Nick, who has been doing the amazing recap footage and a bunch of other things that you might have seen here and there. He's just been an absolute godsend to us. He has got an amazing opportunity in Japan. So we will be doing a salute of thank you for your service to Nick as he bows out, and a welcome salute to Alexis as she fills his very awesome boots. So to Nick, we say thank you, and to Alexis, I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining the team, and I cannot wait to see what you can do because you're an amazing person, and this is an amazing year. I'm feeling good about it. Also, Ian is back. Oh my God, Ian's back.
What's up, guys?
If you don't know Ian, you'll get to know more about him as I do the introductions, which is now. So that being said, Ian, tell us who you are, who you play, and what your pronouns are.
Throw me in the deep end. My name is Ian. I play occasionally and hopefully more so than in the past. Things happened. Loud noise. I'm not used to streaming.
It's been on a hype train before we even started.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the hype train.
I play Woodward, the gnome druid. That guy. And he's got a badger, Mush, and he, him, they, them for all of us. Except maybe not the badger. He doesn't speak English yet.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He speaks sometimes, but not always. All right. Very, very awesome. Thank you for the hype train. Also, thank you so much to Dice Drink Drama for the raid. If I missed any other raid or any other hype trains, I want to say thank you. I'll get to you guys a little bit. But next up, we're going to say hello to Mr. Michael Powell. Mr. Michael Powell, tell him who you are, who you're playing, what your pronouns are.
Hey, everybody. I'm Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa. Yep.
It's mandatory.
That's going to be my action figure, like action pose. Hey, it worked. But yeah, I play Rufa, and he's an investigator, and my pronouns and his pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Awesome possum. Next up, Kylie. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Kylie, no, you're muted.
You're muted, Kylie.
Yeah.
Don't let Kaylee have this win.
Oh, still muted.
I don't know.
Kaylee came in and she was like, not today.
Yeah,
not
it's like
today.
The internet was like, there can only be 5.
There can only be 5. You broke the golden rule. Oh, no. So I'll tell you what, Kylie, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you in a little bit. Don't you worry, girl. We're not going to have a game without you. Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling. I am playing Ichipukton Papakui, everyone's favorite diva, gladiator, barbarian. She's a lot of things. And we are she, her. And thank you also, everyone, for the hype train.
Seriously.
Thank you so much. I'm going to have to come up with a surprise somewhere in this. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to throw something in or... Well, we'll see what the players choose. I think I have some plans already, but we'll see.
Rufa gets another wagon.
Ooh. No, well...
We might need one.
Just don't light it on fire and we're A-okay.
All right.
How about Rufa gets to light something on fire?
No promises. No promise on fire.
Okay. Well, next up, Sidney, tell us who you are, who you're playing, what your pronouns are.
Oh, gee, it me. My name is Sidney, of course. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and our pronouns are she, her. And I just want to say again, thank you for the hype train. It's hyping for our new editor, Alexis, who is really cool. And it's hype that Ian is back, which is really cool. And tonight's going to be a good night. Good night, y'all.
Yeah.
Friendship.
It's going to be a great night. double checking with Kylie. How's it going on the audio front? Do you need me to stall a bit more? Oh no, she doesn't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Hey,
Yes.
I don't know what I did. I just continued pressing buttons.
that's what I do.
Yeah, if it worked for Ian, it's got to work for me,
Yeah,
right?
just keep clicking.
Yeah. Now all you have to do is not touch another button at all.
Hands off. Hands off. Hands up.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Kylie. I missed you so much, Ian. I also go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionavis, the Elven Ranger, and we both go by she, her.
Awesome. Well, my name is PJ. I am the GM of EL, Edge of Legends. It's EOL usually. Anyway, my name is PJ. I'm the GM of Edge of Legends. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight I'll be playing all the NPCs, everything in between. And before we go, I'm just going to say, I don't want to show the horrible, trashy cover, but this is the first notebook that started Edge of Legend. Starting 2021, everyone in the party is now level 3, which they've earned after killing the Great King Big Boss. But new year, new levels, and a new notebook. That's right. This is the Moose notebook. If you remember the Journey North, you know that moose.
Mises.
No, Mises.
Misai.
Mises are plural for mices. You got to get it right.
There is
But-
no pronoun for
Mimosas.
more than one moose.
Mimosas.
It's just
Yeah,
moose.
mimosas.
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 Okay, time of death for the episode 812. And
Yeah. We're calling it dead on arrival.
DOA, this train just crashed off the rails. Anyway, so new notebook. So eventually we'll start filling this bad boy out, and who knows, maybe I'll keep this around for a raffle item or something. We'll have some fun and make bad choices. Without further ado, let's get started with a quick recap and welcome you to episode 27. But first, what happened last time? I'm so glad you asked. Episode 26, the heroes entered the King's Cave. When there, they noticed a bunch of goblins and hobgoblins running about all crazy like. And they found, after some exploration, that a bunch of people had been abducted by the goblins and hobgoblins off the long road just outside King's Cave. After some skillful trap dodging and some skillful door opening, they were able to get a wonderful picture of Great King Big Boss drawn by Great King Big Boss and me, which I'll be showing now because I'm very proud of my artwork. I'm a very proud man. You know, if you remember Great King Big Boss, if you can see this, it's in the Discord chat, as well as one of our listeners and friends, Thrash, who drew a much better version of it. But the point was, anyway, they got 3 keys. They opened the cell doors and let all the people free, including the mayor of Molly Moss, one Flannis, as well as one very, very rude and loudmouth gnome named Dorsey. They also were able to find the liberator of Tsuzuku, the paladin of Ogorun, blessed by the Orisa of the god of war himself, one Awan the Chainbreaker, who immediately became good friends with Morel, and the two proceeded to have a great sport of playing football with goblins
I ship it.
while they were alive. Now, the last second of that episode, the last step of it, if you will, was Morel and Ewan making sure all the goblins who had holed themselves up in what they called the boom room did not get out and cause any havoc. Meanwhile, the heroes of Edge of Legend went to the basement of this cave dwelling and fought the leader of this operation, the Great King Big Boss, and Baron Borgar. And they completely they just murdered them. They just destroyed them. I felt really bad. I was like, this is going to be a challenge. It wasn't. So I'm going to work harder. That's a threat. But now with that, we take off at the very last second of that episode, which standing over the defeated enemy in this giant circular stone cavern, they heard the sound of a ship's bell going off and the water moving as a boat was either entering or leaving a port just outside of this location. Now, this is where we start episode 27 of Edge of Legends. And as you look over the bodies that you have slain and listen to the sound just outside the cavern, there are many questions. Do you search the dead bodies for loot? Do you run to the... I know what Rufus doing. Do you run to the boat? Do you run back upstairs? Do you run 5,000 miles just to be the one who said you could run 5,000 miles? What do you do?
Fuck.
Are we going to show up at your door? Who knows?
I have an additional question.
Yes.
What's happening?
Oh, that's right.
So we're good. Are we getting on the boat? Everybody else gets to make decisions but me until I get onto this train.
Well, consider this the training wheel period as Woodward's kind of getting back into.
I know I wasn't there, and I know I killed the big bad guy last time, so I don't want to take anyone's glory. So yeah, you guys go ahead and choose what we're gonna do, and I'll just jump right on.
So out of character. I remember from last game that Flana said something about, or someone said something about, we have to get the prisoners ready for the boat. So I think the boat's docking, as opposed to leaving. I think more people are coming. So I guess we should decide whether or not we're gonna go down and face them, or see if we can lock them in this room.
Well, are we still doing the line up the potion bottles and just like, is that still a thing? Because then we can just lead them in here and then just like, or then we don't have to worry about
like explode. We were going to blow them up, you mean?
Yeah.
Lure them into the room. Okay, cool. So do you want to split the party and have a few people go down as distractions while other people set up bombs?
Who speaks Goblin besides Ichi? Is that it?
I think that's it. And
Okay, well-
PJ was gonna say something.
I was gonna say while they're
don't know yet.
discussing all
They're
this, Rufa's
probably
breaking the
orcs!
bodies.
What was that? What was that, Rufa?
I was gonna say while they're discussing this, Rufa's gonna go through the bodies.
Okay, so really fast, Rufa, you find 2 items of interest on the different corpses, respectively. On Great King Big Boss's corpse, you find his hat. His hat. Where did I put that stat for him?
Which is basically a garbage can.
No, actually, it's a giant stone column. It's an awkward stone column. In the Discord, there's the model that Thrash drew, which again is an amazing piece. And the thing on his head kind of looks like a trash can, which is not. However, for future Twin Mask, for modern Twin, oh god, that's the LARP I go to. I'm so sorry. Edge of Legend, because we have a joke that there's this thing called like Turbo Twin Mask and it's Twin Mask in the future, and I've been planning an episode of Edge of Legend in modern day world. One day, Morel has a pink polo and khaki slacks in the back of his shirt that says, "Ask me about my feminist agenda." The point is, in that world, Great King Big Boss will wear a trash can for a hat, but we're not there yet. We got about a couple thousand years before that happens. So why can I not find Great King Big Boss's stat block? I wrote it so I could do this. There, nope, yep, there it is. Okay. Sorry that took way too long. So Great King Big Boss, the item that you can take from his body is, where did I put it? Items. It's called Biggest Hat, Best Crown.
All right.
Biggest hat, best crown. And if you want to know what that does, give me an occult check. But if you want to know what the Baron's body has, I can tell you that first.
Okay.
Baron has something called the Baron's Beat Stick.
That just sounds dirty saying.
I mean, that's your choice. I didn't intend that. That's you putting that on that, not me.
Okay, everyone
Alright.
thought it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could just give that over to the Everly Grace. Hey, we found this for you.
That's a donation. It's donation.
That's a
Yeah.
donation.
Here's a
But,
beat stick.
you're
How did you
welcome.
know?
All right, so I'm gonna roll occultism because
right.
I'm actually good at that.
Woo. Forgot what.
21.
21. Very nice. Looking over this massive stone column that has been crudely latched on with like rope and leather to wear as a hat, as Great King Big Boss has done, you can tell this is actually some sort of lost stone to an ancient ruin, said to be placed there by either gods or powers forgotten. And when you put this on, your tiny head, because everyone has a tiny head compared to a giant stone column, you lose 10 foot of speed, but you gain access to the cantrip ability, telekinetic projectile, equal to your level. Well, equal to heightened to your level.
All right. Rufus gonna just kind of look this hat, looks around, sees actually wait, sees Woodward. Is Woodward there with us? Actually, I want to make sure he's there with us, right?
I assume I am there now. I didn't know where I was before, but I'm here now.
He was on the boat.
Friend Woodward.
I showed up with all that.
Friend Bush, would either one of you care for this hat? He kind of says the word hat with great disgust.
Oh, well, shoot. I mean, if we're giving out gifts this early on, I'll take it, but I'm not entirely sure how that thing works.
Well, in my readings, I do recognize it as it's from certain ruins that, well, long story short, you can move stuff with your mind with it.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, great, cool. Hand it over. I'll try that.
Here you go, friend. Yeah, let me help you put it on. You will be you'll find yourself moving much slower though. But
I've never caught up to any of you before. Just
Rufus gonna help put the hat, take off was it Woodward's hat, put it over Woodward's head, and then puts Woodward's hat on top of the stone column.
Awesome.
All right. There is a bonus I forgot to tell you, but I'll let Ian aware of this secret power of biggest hat, great crown. Not only do you lose 10 feet of movement, but you gain the telekinetic projectile cantrip as if you'd known it. You also get a +4 to any charisma checks with goblins, but only while wearing the hat, because you indeed have the biggest, greatest hat.
Yes. Does this also make Woodward a medium-sized character now?
Yeah.
No, he's still small. That's the worst part.
I think the part that I'm just going to get frustrated about is people leaning on Woodward's hat as it is now bar table height.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the whole reason why Rufus kind of he needs a coffee table. So
no, I see it.
Yeah.
How does a +4 in charisma? They'll just really like me, even though we can't talk to each other if they don't know common. Great.
It'll basically make it that the goblin in them sees the hat on you, so when you wear it and talk to them, they will immediately understand their place in the conversation.
If anything, they will respect your authority.
I'll take it. Great.
All right.
Rufus going to keep the stick though. Rufus going to keep that beat stick.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, give me an Arcana check on the beat stick.
Okay, that I'm not good at.
Well, if anyone wants to do an Arcana check on the beat stick, you're more than welcome to.
Actually, Rufus will ask. Anybody recognize this handy dandy stick?
I'm going to do an Arcana check.
Go right ahead.
I will aid her though. I will try to aid her if I can.
You don't need to, but you can if you want.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 and my modifier is a +8. So
with a 26.
26.
She gets a 27 because I rolled a 18 +4, so that'd be 21.
is that a crit in Arcana?
I mean, it's a crit for the DC. It's a dirty crit. So
Thank you, Michael.
You look at what is effectively the axle to a carriage, and you realize it fits perfectly in the Baron's grip because his hands are so unusually large and dense. He can pick up this axle and use it as a hand and a half weapon. And as you look at this awkward weapon, you realize he's been gripping it like a sword, and he's been gripping it like an axe, and he's got these unusual hand grips everywhere because you find embedded in the axle and removable, you find the rune of shifting. Apparently, the Baron uses beatstick as either a sword, a hammer, or a whip, and he could change it at will. At least you'd assume so, because it has the rune of shifting in this axle.
Rufa's gonna go, this is definitely gonna come quite handy later on.
So I'm
Put the
assuming
ring in my
Rufa
hat.
takes the.
Yeah, Rufa's gonna
Yeah.
kind of just tuck it into the sash thing.
Just a big axle just dragging on the ground.
I'm
That's
gonna
as effective
say,
as a claymore on your back, bud.
yeah. I'm just going to say, for the sake of your equipment, it's a bulk 2 item. Let's just call it that. And
All right.
be done with it.
Actually, that's a good call. What's the bulk of this Roman column that I'm now using as a hat as a gnome?
Very good question. So, while wearing the hat, the bulk is I'm going to say the bulk doesn't really matter because the penalty is already put into your speed. But if you put it into your equipment, it's a bulk 5. As you're
Looks
basically
like I'm
carrying
wearing the hat. Yep,
Yeah.
wearing the hat. Great, cool.
You're basically wearing a piece of some ancient structure
That
that was
-1 strength score coming in hot.
Ooh. Gnome
Hey,
druids.
Think about this. Headbutting. You now have advantage on headbutting.
Oh, I see. That's what I wanted. I want to get the
Yeah.
shifting rune into my hat and then see what weird things I could get into.
Ooh.
Ooh. Speaking of things that Ian has, you notice Mush is wearing a very fancy jacket.
Oh, that's right. It's
Oh,
been so long.
forgot about that.
It's been so long. I don't know. You know what? Woodward's not even gonna try. He just looks down and goes, "Oh shoot, Mush, you look good. Where'd you get that?" Yeah, we're gonna have to find that god to get back to our conversation. Remember I asked you that.
If you want to make a quick Arcana check, I can tell you what that jacket does.
Yeah, why not? I rolled a nat 1 with a 0 modifier.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that jacket does all sorts of awesome things. Probably makes him invulnerable. He's probably a god now.
Oh, and the whiff. I'll give you this. I'll give you this. You're looking at the little leather coat that Mush is wearing, and you can tell that it has this unusual like drawing or inscription of a honey badger in the coat. But you don't really know what that means.
Oddly specific. Great.
All right. So now that that is done, the question still remains: what are you going to do now that you've robbed these 2 corpses? Are you going to go to the boat? Are you going to go upstairs? Are you going to dance on the bodies? I mean, I wouldn't recommend the dancing part, but what are you going to do?
Shionibus is going to start briskly walking up to, like, back up to like where Morel and Awan is, and then like peek her head out of the cave to see if she can see anything stealth-like.
All right. All right. Give me a quick stealth check, and then after that, give me a perception check.
That's not great. Not great on stealth. But it's fine. That's a 11.
Okay. Okay.
Better. That's going to be a 22 for perception.
All right. Cool. So you come quietly sneaking from the central area you guys had fought up and back around the kind of curving trail back up to the level from before. You hear 2 sounds. One comes to your left, kind of around the corner in this other corridor, the one corridor you've not been in yet. You hear the sounds of goblins laughing, giggling. Then all of a sudden you hear the sound of impact and then a body flying and then more laughing. And then you hear Morel and Awan going, "Oh, hey, what's up, Shionibus? How's it going?" Whoa, what? Morel's like, "Whoa, what's wrong?"
A boat we think just docked. So, my notebook almost just fell. That was a paper cut waiting to happen. We think a boat just docked, but we don't. I don't know when. stay here. I'm going to try to go out and see if it's the orcs. We're in a lot more trouble than we expected.
Perhaps,
A1 A1 looks you in the eyes and he goes, "Do you need me down there?"
Have you dealt with orcs before?
They're just a little bigger than a man, twice as easy to kill.
Let me rephrase that. Have they seen you before?
They ain't seen anything like me.
Here with me. Come on.
All right. A1 grabs his axe and his sword, and you see these like phantom hounds walking with him. And Morel's like, "All right, I'm just gonna be here, looking at that room, doing nothing, like a boss."
Really quick, the rest of us, we're still back in the room where we killed Big Boss Man, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the question is, now you have A1 with you. Do you want to go investigate that one corridor that you have not gone down, where you heard the sound of goblins who are not in the boom room? Or do you want to take A1 back down to the corpse of the boss fight?
We're going to go to the room that we haven't discovered yet. But she's going to draw her scimitar as she like slowly approaches. I'm a little nervous.
A1 draws his axe and his sword, and he has this really interesting stance, like he's kind of reaching out with his sword with his axe prepped on his shoulder for an overhead strike, and he whistles to the dogs, to the hounds with him. You go through this long corridor, which seems to be masoned and reinforced by wood. Give me a religion check.
Oh, I'm not great at these. Not great, but not terrible. Religion, you said?
Uh-huh.
10?
You don't... You know you've just seen this symbol, but it's still not ringing a bell yet, but you start to notice all this iconography around the wooden reinforced masonry, leading you to this point here. Once you get to this point here, there's a door in the way. The door is ornate. It is massive, and you can see it's reinforced with padding, it's reinforced with leather, it's reinforced with metal bars, and the lock built into the infrastructure of this door seems to require a key.
Dang it. She's like, shit. She's going to... Damn it. Who has the key? Sheodovus is going to run back. Stay here. I'll be right back. She's going to sprint. Grab Alona by the hand. I need you. Give me 2 minutes.
But what about the ship?
And then run back with Alona.
All right. Alona, you see A1. You see him literally glowing with his presence, and you see 2 ghost hounds by his side. He has not left his post at the door.
You want to go in?
Yeah. Something's in there.
I know. I know something's in there.
So
And
what
that-
is it?
We shouldn't go in.
There's more goblins in there, I'm telling you.
Even if there are, nothing good can come of that room.
Why are you so scared of a room? It's a room. It's full of goblins. This is what we do on the daily.
Because that room, am I allowed? All right, should I do a religion check?
I think you're already aware of what the room, or at least who the room is built for.
Because that room is a shrine to one of the gods of the 9th circle of hell.
That's pretty badass, but I don't say so myself. I'm just saying.
You know, when I found this key, you looked awfully curious. And I want to know why.
I don't know a lot about religion like you do, so why can't I be curious?
You worship a god already. You know enough about religion. What about this god makes you curious?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a god. You can worship more than one god. Look at Yelenu. She worships like 4.
This god? This god is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad. Bad, 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 bad.
I've, it's all in the eye of the beholder. So I hear. A lot of people don't like Anubis, but I say he's all right. But
Alona takes the key and she says, if we go in this room, will you quit your obsession with Ravon?
it's definitely not an obsession.
Will you?
You really don't want to go in, do you?
This is one of the people. This is one of the beings. This is one of the gods that scares me the most.
I just don't think gods really hold a lot. Ian, I can't with your nods. But if you don't want to go, sure, that's fine. I'll stop.
Ilona looks at Awan, looks back to Shionibus, and she says, fine. We're going. But
All
if
right.
he's in there, do not trust a word he says. And she
I don't.
opens the door.
Oh, no, I'm real nervous.
The door, the minute the lock hits and the latch is open, it just automatically opens indoors, just opens into the room. You find a rather impressive 100 by 50 foot room with small vaulted ceilings, like a church, almost. The red walls seem intentional, and there's a large sigil on the wall just above an old stage. Around the room, you find chains and manacles line the wall, like they were built into the masonry wholesale. Across one wall of the room, wooden pews, as if for church or mass, lay thrown about and broken, destroyed, and stacked. The room sports piles of random objects, items, treasure chests, bags of loot, all throughout the room. You can hear the oxygen in the room get thinner. You can hear the sounds become almost vacuum sealed, as if whatever holy chants or unholy chants be kept a secret, or any screams of pain be never heard beyond this room. And once you step 1 foot into the room, you can feel 2 things. 1, the heat. The heat in this room is cloying, choking. It's like a film on your face. And you can almost hear a voice in the back of your head. And the second thing you feel is the unusual whooshing sound as a goblin gains altitude and flies in the air and slams against the wall and bounces. And Awan is seething, but also confused. As you look about the room, you see there are 2 goblins one wearing a very, very large, ill-fitting pair of boots, running up to the other goblins and kicking them. With a slight delay, the boot begins to shine and then sends the other goblins flying with massive speed to the other end of the room. One of the goblins gets up and adjusts her goggles and says, "No, you should no kick me smartest brains thinker. You need to stop kicking in respect." And then she gets another kick and the goblin goes flying and the other goblins are like, "I'm best kicker. I have best boots. No, your boots is trash. Me boots is better. Your boots are garbage and you look garbage. Me look better. You look like crap." And then they start kicking each other and flying to other ends of the room.
Are these the boots?
They have to be. There's no other way.
Well, I'll say this. You don't know what they are right now, as they're currently on awkward goblin feet as they play kick each other real hard, which is the game that they have called it, kick each other real hard.
I have made a good decision.
Okay.
A very, very specific ring of hell. Adventures.
The hobgoblin's worst nightmare.
Very specific.
It is obvious that right now more than ever, this at one point was a heretical church to Ravan. But right now it's kind of the loot holding cell and the game of kickball for goblins.
Cool. I'm gonna go up to the goblin with the boots and I'm gonna pick them up. I'm gonna say, "I would like those boots, please." I'm gonna take them off her feet.
Are you going to be using intimidation, or are you going to be using? Are you going to intimidate, or are you going to try and diplomatize them?
I'm going to technically diplomacy and intimidation are the same. I'm going to diplomatize them with just my straight up doneness. How about that?
And now she's back. I was gonna say, I was like, man, you've changed a lot, Alona. I'll still I'll go the diplomacy route.
All right, roll diplomacy.
I'm gonna take them, but I'm gonna ask real nice.
Yeah. It's like, I imagine it's like when the babysitter comes in to the rowdy children in the playroom and she's like, no, toys away. That's a 25.
25. So you give him the straight up done. "Listen, I'm taking these boots and you're going away now." To which the goblin's just like, "You're having boots, I'm leaving." And then the goblin takes off his boots, hands them to you, and looks at the other goblin and goes, "Go, come, we must boom room, make big bada boom, let's go." And they leave together to go to the boom room. One of the goblins, who's adjusting her goggles, kind of goes, "Stupid, just no thinking, no brain having, crap mushrooms. You are crap mushrooms."
Isn't that a good thing for a goblin?
Not the mushroom part. That means you're a gnome.
Oh, they ain't that bad.
Ooh,
Crab mushrooms
burn.
ain't that bad. There's a lot worse you can find in the woods.
So you look at the boots, and as you look at these really nice, really sturdy, really comfortable boots, you realize they have this unusual insignia on them. It looks like a bull's head with bull horns on it. You are now holding the bully boots, or the boot of the bully, as Michael Powell and I invented on At the Table.
Yep. I knew it. And then in that, what episode of At the Table was that? What
Oh, God.
episode was that?
That was back in like November.
I don't remember, but
It was before I left.
Yeah.
if you go and rewatch the episode, chat dubbed them another name.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
No,
We're not.
no.
We're not.
You can go to our
Um,
YouTube and see what they called it, but we're calling it the bully boots. That is
Yeah,
the
the
official
bully-
name.
Yeah.
I was really afraid of that because you're like, yeah, this place leads to a dark hell, and I was like, what boots are they wearing? The way chat described them the first time,
Mhm,
we would be in a circle of hell. Thanks.
But for real.
Alona's just gonna put the boots in her bag of holding until she decides what to do with them later. And she's gonna look expectantly at Shonibus and say, "Are you happy? This
Shona-
is the room."
Shembus, give me a religion check really fast.
Oh no. I'm not good at these. I'm gonna use that hero point.
If you want to.
No. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
Because
don't. We're about to get on the
which
boat.
makes it a 3.
All right. So you don't hear anything. You zone out. You suddenly are surrounded by the beautiful, fragrant, wisping, sandy air of your home and a giant open pitch desert. And you see a man with hands reach out to you saying, I found him. I can bring him to you. He is so lost and he is so confused, but if you help me help you, my word is an iron bond.
She's going to take one shaky step forward,
Mhm.
but then stop, and then take 3 shaky steps back.
The man sees your step, and then he joins you the one, and then steps 3 more forward, very gently, arms now out. And he says to you, I have been alive for such a long, long time. I know how painful it is to be alone, and even more painful still to be with the one person you don't want to be, and to be without the one you do. He is looking, and he is lost. Let me help you.
No. He's fine. He's not here. And she's gonna take several more scurried steps back.
He reaches out a hand and he says, I know what I am. I know the mistake I made in trusting my brother. You would call me a sinner, but I know the pain, the fealty. Let me help you, please. Just take my hand. Take a poor sinner's hand.
Why you gotta throw that at me, PJ? Can't use my favorite Disney villain against me. She's gonna call out Anubis's name.
Give me a religion check with a +4.
Yes.
Oh, that was so close to being so good. That's a 14.
You call out Anubis's name. You feel a growling start to rise. Give me another religion check with a +4.
Better. That's gonna be a 17.
You call upon his name again, and suddenly the sky is blanketed in night. And as it does, you feel this long, clawed hand touch your shoulder. And this voice just goes, Step back, you heretic. This child of eternity is spoken for. Set! Get my killing axe. Suddenly the sands start to boil and writhe and vibrate and separate like a sand scorpion rising. Instead, you see a man with skin dripping blood of crimson. You see scales flanking his hides with the hooved legs and a tail like a snake. As you see Set himself, drenched in the sins of the red waste, put his hand on the earth and pull out this double vulge axe. And he says, "Yeah, cousin. Have a go. Show that heretic he doesn't belong in the sands." Anubis grabs it, he twirls it, and he just runs after this demon in the waste, this devil lord of oppression. And as he runs towards him, you snap out of it. And suddenly this room is no longer hot. This room is no longer cloying or cold or crushing or oppressive. It's just a really gaudy red room. It's actually kind of gross when you look at it. This is a gauche place. Why so much padding? What?
she is going to casually just wipe the sweat off her forehead, because I imagine she is indeed sweating at this point. And she's going to look from Awan to then Alona, and then just slowly take steps back out of the door. Like, she doesn't know what the hell just, she does know what the hell just happened, but.
A1 kind of chuckles. I'm going to burn this place to the ground. Before I do, you may want to take all of that loot. I would, but it would slow me down. That looks like a lot of money.
If Shionibus is gone, Alona will take the loot to then give to Shionibus and follow Shionibus out.
Okay, so you take the loot.
Yes.
Once you get back with the group, and we can roleplay that in a minute, you find that you have 5,000 gold.
Oh, shit.
A large bag of odd stones. What looks like a very large, I'm sorry, not very large, a long wooden stick, well crafted, has a lot of like accoutrement of the forest. And well, of course, the awkward boots you stole from the goblin. And also one of the goblins, the one with the goggles, seems to be following you.
Perception check on the goblin. Have we met before?
I do love the thought of you guys having this entire thing, and there's just a goblin standing in the corner of this room of everything that just took place.
Go ahead, roll perception check or an intelligence check. Whatever you feel good about. Roll it.
That is a perception check of 22.
You see this goblin woman with goggles. She seems to be wearing a leather apron stuffed with what looks like explosive vials. And at this point in time, you recognize her from the quarry way back when. This is Kahorba Bubble
Boil.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Sorry. Anyway,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
She was there for the talk with Xanakin. Xanakin, we have the high ground.
Then we let him go.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
We don't talk about that.
So you have 5,000 gold, a bag full of odd stones, a really cool walking stick, maybe, and of course the unusual boots. And Kahorba Bubble Boil. Well, Ka is her title. That means doctor, basically. Horba is her name. Bubble Boil is her family title.
Alona is going to look at Ka. We call her Ka because it's doctor. Ka. That sounds weird. What are you doing here? We haven't seen you since Adelphon.
Well, it's okay to ask stupid questions you don't know yet. So here's the answer. I am here because I am trying to find Kamengelma. He is bad science. He is making dumb goblins who are super dumb 2 times dumb, doing stupid things twicely stupid. He has bad science. I must find him. I must stop his bad science.
We're also trying to stop his bad science. Do you have any leads on where he is?
Yes, as I do. We have location. It is hard to get to. It is out in the great blue wet field.
Okay, so it's in the ocean. Got it.
Yes.
We can talk about that later, but for now, I think we have a ship docking and we should really take care of it.
Yes. Wet home double sail. You must go to, yes.
Do you have enough explosives to blow this whole place up and the ship?
She walls over you. She takes her hand. She gently pats it. And she says,
Oh, such dumb questions. It's okay. We are all dumb once. I have every bomb. I have every go boom. And if Mina no having the right bowman, I go to the boomin' room. Gets a big bada boom.
Amazing. Ilona and Kahorba, Bubble Boil, and A1 are going to follow Shionibus out. We are going back. We are going to blow this place up, I hope.
Yeah. All right. Now, are you going to go back down where everyone else is, or are you going to go back to the boom room? What's your plan?
I plan on calling down to everyone else and saying, unless you want to explore the ship explicitly, I think it's time to get out of here.
So the
Rufus
choice
gonna
is
yell
now-
back.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
What
I
Mark.
was gonna say,
specific
Rufus gonna yell back. Can we not just take the ship? Rufa always wanted a ship.
Yeah, ain't she on a bus down a ship?
She settled that deal.
I
We
thought she was
already
down
saw
2 at
that
this
story
point.
arc. What did you say, Ian?
I thought she was down 2 at this point.
Where are we gonna put a ship, Rufa? We're traveling on land.
Well, we could always put the wagons on the ship and sail to our next destination.
We have to return Flannis.
Well, we could always sail as close as we can on the coast, and then we could try. Rufa wants a boat.
Ichi looks at Rufa and says, Rufa, you know the resale value of boats is just it's not worth the time. It's not worth the maintenance.
But if we take the boat, we own the boat, we could always rent out the boat to, well, pleasure cruises and armadas, and make quite a bit of money in the rental market.
Good point.
Alona's gonna call down to them. I need you to make a decision because I'm not coming all the way down there just to come back up again.
A1 shouts, yeah, and plus the value of boats drops significantly once you get it out of the lot. You get that thing onto sea and you basically have a schooner.
Well, technically, we're not really spending much if we're just gonna take it.
A1 looks at Morel and Morel goes, is Rufa trying to get something again? And when A1 goes, yeah, your guy, he wants to steal a boat. And you see Morel just go, he's just not trying to set it on bloody fire. And Morel,
Yet!
Ilona calls down. No time for the boat, but I do have this bag of strange gems you should look at.
Actually, Alona's plan is to set the boat on fire. It's not Rufus.
Technically, it's A1's.
Would it not be opportune to at least see what's on the boat? If there's anything on the boat we could use instead of setting it on fire, and what if there's something we need on the boat?
Rufa and Sam, Rufa and Ichi, might the GM suggest there's a giant hole into the cavern where you can go out to the bay, to the coastline. Would you take a look at the boat and see what the boat has to offer?
Ichi will have been going to go look at the boat
All
while
right.
Rufa's
Rufa's gonna join
this
her.
conversation.
Excelsior.
Woodward's going to stand in the middle, so whatever Ichi sees, he can relay back to Alona and Shionibus. He's going to stand in the middle, ready.
So, Sam, give me a perception check with a -1.
Can I aid her or make my own roll?
Well, no, you're not looking at the boat, and you're not there to help her look at the boat.
Well, I said I was going to join her then.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Don't-
Yeah,
I got it on lock, Rufa. Don't worry.
she's good.
All right.
I've got a 25.
Hell yeah, with a -1.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you look out from this kind of a stony open opening, and you could hear the ocean kind of like cresting and splashing gently across the stones of this cave. You see this massive boat, reinforced by crude metal, and with one foot up on the prow of the ship, you see this massive orc with kind of a salty green, salty blue skin texture. He's wearing like leather pants, leather armor. He's got 4 big swords strapped to his chest, and he's holding on to a rigging rope. He locks eyes with you immediately. Do you speak Orcish?
Yep.
You see him grabbing a hold of the rigging. He just... The unbodied one and the idiot crap muffin has lied. Get all the men, pull the boat around. Whatever this manifest was, it's not legit. Hit the first sail, let's get out of here.
I will relay quickly back. Sexy, salty orc pirate. But he's leaving.
That's so disappointed. He's leaving.
Tell Alona.
Don't want about salty work sleeping.
Woodward immediately turns around and goes, Alona! Sexy orcs! They're leaving.
Alona calls back down. What? Why?
Shionobis is just gonna walk out of the cave and go look.
You're going down to the bottom floor to look?
Can she actually like go out of the cave from like where they entered?
Oh yeah, from
And, like see it from there?
from the long you would understand just from being in every ounce of the structure that if you leave back to the long road, there's no way you'd see the boat until it was far across the horizon.
All right, then never mind.
Woodward's going to turn around and Ichi's going to hear, you made Alona upset.
It's an upsetting sight. Does the ship, does it look like they are like slavers or raiders or just scruffy pirates?
Give me do you have any nautical lore, sailing lore? I'm trying to think of any other lore that you could use to summon that knowledge.
Got
Sexy.
gladiator. That's it. Not gonna do
Really
it.
quick.
What's up, Rufa?
Can I tell if the boat is it fully crewed?
Yeah, give me a lore check or give me a perception check to figure out if this thing looks like it's got a lot of people on it.
And who at level 4 is going to take lore sex pirates? Or
Well, I
sexy
need to
orcs.
learn the lore first.
Hold on, I gotta make a note. Invent NPC that can teach lore sex pirate.
There it is.
18.
All right,
Gotta
thank
get
God
that
I'm not
booty.
making that note. Okay.
That's that booty. No, write it.
Clip it.
No.
Clip it.
Ichi's going treasure hunting.
I am compelled by the powers of tabletop roleplay and the dice gods to do two things right now. One is give a hero point to Shionibus for talking down a demon god or a devil god and calling on the power of hers. But I gotta give a hero point to that booty line. Sam, you get a hero point. You really do though. Okay. All right.
I don't deserve it.
No, you do. Don't sell yourself short. You deserve that point. Okay, so Rufa. So before the power of booty compelled me, what were you trying to? What was your role again?
I got an 18. I was basically checking to see if how well stocked with like crew the boat is. Like if it's a lot of people.
You see a massive load of Blue Rock tribe orcs and some bugbears like going to town, like basically making this whole thing work. There's probably about 30 people making this boat work, and as it starts to turn, you start to notice the thing is also strapping a few 20-pound guns on the port and starboard. This thing is good for trading. It's good for merkin. It's good for holding people, and it's good for killing people. This thing is good for everything.
Rufus gonna look at the boat and look towards Itchy and goes, "Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it.
No.
Let us go. Let's go.
no.
Let's
I think
get
we
out of
should
here."
let them leave. Yeah.
Rufa knows
Also,
how to
they
choose his
seemed
battles.
Unhappy.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Please
They
continue
seemed
to roleplay
unhappy
amongst
with
yourselves.
What's happening here? So I'm just assuming that we wanted to break the alliance between these people in this cave and the sexy orcs. And the sexy salty orcs are leaving now, and they seem angry about it. So we didn't really have to do anything. I think they're not happy,
True.
right?
True. Let us return to our friends. Perhaps that bag of gems do sound intriguing.
Hey, and you know what, Rufa? And she'll kind of like hold Rufa on the shoulders. I know you really wanted a boat. Your day's gonna come, buddy.
Perhaps. But also, wise man once said, know to choose your battles. And sometimes your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
You got me there.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll walk back up to to Woodward.
So I guess when we get to Woodward. So friend Woodward and friend Moosh, should we go back and rejoin our friends? And that bag of gems do sound quite intriguing.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest. I'm not entirely sure how we got in here, so I kind of blanked in the middle. Yeah, we probably should head back to them to get us back out of this cave.
The boat is not worth it. The boat, too much orcs, infested with orcs. Too much. No to choose your battles. So I'm guessing Rufa's gonna go back up and join Chonibus and Alona.
Yes, while you're doing that, I would like really fast for Sam's character, La Pacificadorita. I need you to make a quick lore check. If you don't have lore orc, you can just use a good old-fashioned intelligence modifier check.
Got it. Ooh. You know, let me use one of those hero points that I just got for talking about booty. I rolled the exact same thing, so that's gonna be a 7.
A 7. Okay. You don't remember the significance completely, but you know the term disembodied, the Blue Rock orc mentioned, is a massive insult. It is a massive degrading term in the orc tribe for orc people.
He said the disembodied and
yes. He did refer. So he said, "Woof." You know what? Yes, Sam. What were you saying? And then I'll plug in the rest.
I was just trying to recall the two references that orc was making as he sailed away.
Yes, he did refer to someone as a disembodied. So that clearly is in reference to an orc of some kind. And then he mentioned the crap muffin, which is a nickname that orcs give to goblins because goblins come from Gobulon's intestinal tract, and they believe they are fluffy and little and wee, like a muffin would be. They have other cute terms, but this is what this Blue Rock tribe mentioned.
He mentioned something about the intel being incorrect.
Yeah. Also, PJ, really quick, when Rufa was looking at the boat, did he notice the flag they were flying or anything like that? If there was a flag,
you notice no flags on this orc ship.
And also, in your world, does flags even mean anything when it comes to like boats?
Well, you know, it's funny you mention that because there are pirate cities that are constantly floating around, and they're very keen on flags. But most smaller ships that are not pirate cities, don't fly flags because they don't want to get the attention of the pirate cities.
Ooh, knowing what Ichi knows about gladiatorial costumes, does she think that the leather pants that the orc was wearing where were they sourced?
Oh, okay. Trying to think of what check that would be because I definitely want you to roll for that. That's a really good question.
Well,
Hero point for even
from
going
what
there.
I know about gladiatorial costumes, which maybe might be my gladiator lore. I don't know. Yeah, she would know definitely a lot about sourcing material.
Would I be able to aid her with a crafting check?
You know what? I will say yes, just because I think you two are getting on that same wavelength, and I'm here for it. So roll your gladiatorial lore, and Rufa, roll your crafting check to assist. Let's see where we can plot this out.
Out of character, can I just say it's a good day when I can use my niche lore?
You're definitely gonna get a bonus. I'm just gonna let you know. You're definitely getting a
Yay.
bonus.
Well, we got a 19.
I got a 29.
God. All right.
Ants.
By your powers combined, so you're looking at the orc's pants and the armor and all the other accoutrement that this blue rock orc has. You're seeing a lot of leathers that would probably come from the north, but you're also noticing the stitching styles of the middle west coast. This guy's gotten around, and it's probably a very safe bet that he comes from the west coastline of Adolphon Prime's major continent.
Rufa.
The West Coast
Did you see the
collection.
stitching on his pants?
Yes, I do see that stitching. They use very, very specific cross stitching there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only ever seen that on the West Coast.
Yes, the lines. It's very similar to the fashion house of Mulan.
I think we have some good leads here.
Yes, yes. But I
Let's
will
meet up
say
with the rest of the group.
the hemming on that, hideous.
It was a little rough.
Little
They
rough.
are like pirate orcs, so
True. But come on, the hemline, it brings it all together.
you have to start there, really. If you don't
Exactly.
have a good hem, you don't have anything.
True.
Bad.
Ooh.
And we'll go to
What?
re-meet with everyone else.
All right. While you're all walking away, I'm going to bury a little bit of a lead here. Rufa, I need you to give me a perception check with a +2.
Okay. $23.
As everyone's leaving, and as the Blue Rock Tribe orc ship is starting to turn around, you start to notice something. You notice a trophy, a prize, a souvenir of war taken from a certain boat, from a certain land that you're very familiar with. You see a certain symbol indicative of a man you once served, emblazoned in gold, and a dragon in gold clutching it on the deck of this ship. And you have a very strong feeling that these orcs did not buy it.
Rufus is gonna kind of give a glance for that and kind of just under his breath goes, "Perhaps not today, my friend. But we shall cross our paths shall cross again soon. Rufa will bet on it."
All right, so everyone goes back upstairs to the main floor area. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. You guys go back to the main floor of this goblin cave. Well, what is now a goblin cave. What a few of you learned used to be a hidden church in the name of the Devil Lord of oppression and ambush, breaking the wills and souls of people. So what do you do now? I guess is the question. Everyone is sitting in the center of this room. The only room that you have not been into, the one that you know all of the other goblins, save the goblin alchemist Bubble Boil, are stashed into what they call the boom room. What do you do?
So we're in the devil worshipping room right now.
No, I don't know. Are you? I think you're in the main.
I'm wondering.
That's a good question. I assumed you'd be in the main giant sector of it, but if you want the map again that I so lovingly kind of drew, I'd be very happy to show you.
Show us anyway. Yes.
All right. So you are, I would imagine, right about here in the general main area. This is the boom room. This was the bad room. This was Great King Big Boss's make work happen
Office.
Off his office in Goblin, though it's hard to say. And this was the big room, many holdings, where they held all the people.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine you're here in the center area. What do you do?
Oh, okay. That clears up a lot.
Shionomus is sitting like crisscross, just counting the money to calm herself down.
Rufa is gonna, when Rufa and Ichi walks into the room, big boat, like the big boat, but crewed by too many orcs. Not worth it.
Great. Alona looks at A1. Are you ready?
I was ready the minute you walked into that jail cell.
Okay, what do we need to do?
It's a very strong stone structure, 2 floors, but there's a ton of goblin bombs in this area. If you want to blow the whole thing up to Kingdom Come, I recommend we have to either put more bombs on the outside of that room where the bombs are, so you get a blast going on both sides and have a partial cave-in, or we can take the bombs out of that room and place them strategically all over this place. So when we set off a chain reaction, this place turns to rubble and kills every goblin in here.
I would never bet on a partial cave-in. That just doesn't. I wouldn't put my money on it. Hoping that I don't know which part you're talking about, but I don't want to be in the part that does. So, if we're gonna blow this place, I say we stand outside.
Oh, you guys can stand far away. Trust me. Nothing can hold me back. I'll walk out of here okay.
Ilona looks at Kahorba Bubble Boil and she says, what about you? Do you have any specific plans for bombing this place to the ground?
You see Ka scratch her head and go,
Many bombs.
Rufa, could I have Rufa just really quickly run back into the office and grab his forged note
absolutely, if you want to.
and come
Sure.
back? Yeah.
So yeah,
Sure.
Shionibus is going to run in the office too, just to look for paper and a quill and some ink.
Yeah, done. You go into Great King Big Boss's office. There is a lot of ink and a quill and a bunch of paper inside the desk, as well as some other drawings of himself, which are, by the way, the exact same drawing, just done again and again and again.
Is there a candle that's lit?
No lit candle, but you can still see in the dark. Not a problem.
I mean, she was going to burn the pictures, but that's besides the point.
Patty.
How much paper is there? Like a 12, 15 sheets?
Yeah, there's about a good 20 sleeves of paper. There's an ink pot or an inkwell and a quill.
She's going to take all of that, put it in her bag, and head back out.
All right. So Bubble Boil starts to take her leather apron and start shaking out a whole bunch of these vials filled with a very different liquid that starts to immediately fizz. And she says,
I have many bomb. I have every bomb. I will blow up whole place.
and everyone's like, that's kind of my thing. Don't step on my thing. I also want to blow up this place. So the question now comes to you all. What do you want to do? And how do you want to walk out of here?
Rufa's going to hold up his note. Well, if you're going to blow the place up, might I ask a little favor? If you could leave this note somewhere where it will not be damaged and be easily found by any goblin or orcish soldiers searching the rubble or anything.
You see them both kind of looking at each other, and then Bubble Boil goes,
You know we blow whole place up.
Yes, but
Up.
True. But just in case anybody circles back to see what happened, they will find this note.
she takes a note, puts it right in front of her, and goes, best place, found it, right there. And then she just continues making this gesture.
Blow up.
Woodward turns to Morel and says, "Hey, bud, how fast can you run?"
Oh, in Alma? Oh, gosh, I don't know. I'd say every 6 seconds I can go about 25 feet.
Oh, shoot. Hey, Ichi, how fast can you run?
Well, actually, I don't know. As fast as you?
Look, I'm getting worried, and I don't think I can take this hat right now if we're blowing places up.
Oh.
I'm just trying to find
Oh.
anyone who's faster than me at this moment to
So-
carry my hat.
But wait. We've got some very explosive, happy people here. We have two different people who seem to really like the idea of the big boom. We don't have to be standing here.
Yes,
don't we
can we
Yeah,
just
maybe,
not
maybe we should
leave
walk
and
now.
let?
I feel like there's
Let's
a
go.
goblin factor that we're not for that could go off at any moment.
How about this? How about we all just leave and let the professionals take care of it.
Everyone has their
Woodward-
thing.
Woodward on the way out with a 15 is going to try to take that note that was just left on the ground.
Okay, was that a thievery?
Yeah, he's just going to take it.
All right. If anyone wants to contest that with a perception check or not, it's
I
all
will.
good either way. All right.
Can I just?
Meanwhile, yeah,
see? I just want to like not do anything. I just want to see if she sees it.
sure. Give me a contested perception check.
18.
Wait. I just realized I'm doing this all wrong. I apologize. No, all I need is your I think I need just your perception plus 10 for the DC. My bad. I completely
Okay.
blanked on that.
19.
Mine is 19.
All right, both yours 19. What was your thievery check there?
Mine was 15, so both
15.
you guys see it.
Yeah, so you both see Woodward try to take the paper.
Immediately, Shiona's just gonna be like, "So I got a ton of like put her hand on Rufus' shoulder as like a distraction. Like, so I got a ton of money. We're all gonna get about 713 each. We're gonna give Tobias nothing. It's gonna be great. Like, this is gonna be awesome. Like, did you say? Yeah, it's gonna be great, and like purposely be in the view of Woodward."
All right, so you're setting up a distraction for Woodward then is what I'm hearing. Okay. Since you're distracting him, what I will do is I will allow you to roll for aid. Give me a deception check versus his will DC, and that will determine the bonus. Meanwhile, Sidney and Sam, are you making moves, going somewhere? What are you doing?
Ichi just thinks that people are experts for a reason and that she's good at hitting people and she's going to stick to that and not try to get involved with explosives
Okay.
and leave.
Leave. Excellent. Sidney, are you also leaving?
I'm following Sam right out of here. Ichi,
Yeah.
right out. Go.
Morel definitely follows you, but you kind of get that feeling as he walks away. He's going like, "Bye, everyone. It was great meeting you. We should just skate sometime. You know, like whenever you're free. You got to travel across the world. I'll see you sometime later. Peace." What am I doing? I'm so awkward. And he walks with you.
I want it to
Gross.
work so bad.
Our beefy boys.
You beefy boys.
So what was that? What was that deception check?
23.
23. Well, knowing that before it was 19, I know that beats it. And I know that Woodward, you're going to be getting enough bonus to at least make sure that you can walk off with the piece of paper without Rufus seeing it. Now, whether or not Rufus knows you have it or can put two and two together, but he knows that, well, he knows right now that there's money to be had from Shiona Business Distraction. So you've taken the notes. And Rufus, you don't know that Woodward has it, but you know something's up, but you don't know that Rufus has it. That being said, everyone has left the cave, and A1 and Bubble Boil are now shooing you out the room. Take your grievances and go. We have to blow up a lot of real estate.
I just say really quick, Rufus with this whole interaction, Rufus is going to kind of narrows his eyes, kind of looks a little suspiciously at Shonibus because this is one of the really rare times Shonibus is actually nice to him.
She's got money. It's payday.
Rufus is going to just go, narrows eyes a little bit. Okay. Let us be off.
Our bet is Tobias injured at all?
Well, the good news is you haven't gotten back to the carriage just yet. So you all leave the cave. As you leave the cave, you see the gnomes, the halflings, all outside. You see Flannis just. You two are done sitting around playing Hug, eh? You're down there for a long time.
What is hug? What does that mean? What is that? What is that?
Playing a game of hugs. Never played a game of hugs. Never just. Oh, bud, you are messing up there, bud. Puts out her cigarette. Meanwhile, the gnome has his face in a barrel and goes, "Oh, last time I played a game of hugs, I had to have two brothers come out of it from your mother." And two guys like, "Shut up, Dorsey. I'll give your balls a tug. I'm more of your father than your own dad is." "Shut up, Dorsey."
I like her. I like her.
I guess Alona's gonna fill everyone at the cart in on what happened inside the cave.
All right. You walk a little bit down the way until you finally come back to the carriage. You see Hera and Antigone, the two half-orcs, writing a letter, comparing notes, writing it. Meanwhile, Hera is just kind of like, when she's done, she puts it down and she just pulls out this magazine and just kind of looks at it. You don't see Tobias anywhere.
Oh, that little turd. I guess I'm going to ask everyone where did they see him go anywhere?
Hera
Don't
immediately
matter.
jumps, folds the magazine, puts it away. Right, the guy with the blonde hair and the blue eyes.
Mhm.
He came back to the caravan, to the carriage, awkwardly looked at us, did this a lot,
Oh God.
and then he walked away to go pray.
Did you
Well-
punch him in the face?
Please tell me his nose is broken.
Antigone just goes, no.
We had bets.
We did have bets, didn't we? I didn't bet, but somebody did. I'm gonna go
I
find
put
him.
money on for you, so that's 17 gold that I just gave up.
Oh no.
But
Alona's
yeah,
gonna
Rufo
go-
was the house, wasn't he? He was a bookie on that. I just remember.
Oh, that's right. Does anyone actually remember how much they bet besides Shonibus? Did
I
anyone-
take
In-
notes. I'm big
In
smart.
character, Ichi knows that Rufa remembers, and he'll just make it out of her pay.
Once again,
Ooh.
a moment where the character is smarter
Mhm.
than the actual player.
Hey, look,
Nice.
man, when you're playing the bookie, I trust you to take the notes on that. I can't remember your over under, but I will say this. The one thing I do remember was there was a bet that he'd get punched in the nose. I think a bet that he'd have a much horrible or worse injury. And I believe there was a one bet I think by Alona that
I bet
nothing.
he would be fine and nothing would
Ah,
happen.
Yep.
Jobus is just gonna like chuck the coins.
I
Yeah.
won. Sorry. Alona's gonna go find Tobias.
All right. Give me a perception check to search.
Oh, that is good. That is good. That is 25.
All right. So yeah, you're looking all over the place. Eventually, after some searching, you find him off the long road into the forest. You see him, and he's on bended knee, and he's looking at something, and his hands are kind of folded, and he's talking to whatever he's looking at. Give me a stealth check if you wish to be stealthy.
Yes. I for my level 3 general feat, I took untrained improv. So I now have a +1 to my to myself instead of 0.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And I'm using my hero point because that does nothing. And I want to be stealthy. I want to be stealthy so bad. Whee! Yes, that's an 18.
All right.
Hey.
Jeez.
All right. So, as you continue to walk, you're now kind of interested. You kind of crouch down, like you see everyone doing when they're stealthy, and they kind of crouch and go. You measure your footsteps, and you can tell that Tobias still hasn't heard you. As you overhear him And he says, I'm sorry, Father, for I have sinned. I have given my word, and I am still a coward. I know. No, I know. Well, if the day comes, the day comes. But until then it's not today, isn't it? Yes, Father. Yes. Well, bloody hell! I've only just found them, haven't I? Yes, Father. I give my prayers to you and Minerva in equal doses. I love you both, Father. Yes. Okay. Glory to the great dragon, thy will be done. Personally, if I had to say, I think the one the nicest asked is, wait a minute. Did you hear? Father, in the meantime, can we put this conversation on hold? And yes, please give my regards to Minerva. Yes, in the name of my... Never mind. And then he stands up, draws a sword, and turns around and sees you just kind of crouched down. And he goes, how much did you just overhear?
Well, you didn't finish that last bit.
So you heard me praying then, didn't you?
Deception check.
I like that Sydney's such a bad liar in real life. She has to rely on a deception check to lie to PJ as a character. Did Alona just lie really well?
Is it a critical 1 or a critical 20?
It's too shiny. I
Please
can't
be
see.
one. Please be one.
Critical fail.
Oh,
Well,
that
now
tracks, though.
I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but you know what you have to do.
Elona's going to feel so guilty about eavesdropping that she goes, I'm sorry, I heard everything. I think that are you literally the son of Azamat? Are you the son of Azamat? You just didn't tell us? Are you the son of a god? Are you a demigod? What's going on? He goes, she's gonna just keep going.
He holds a sword to you. He sees you're having this moment, slowly reaches over, grabs the sheath, resheathes the sword. You see him close a wooden box and kind of put that away and put a shield across his chest. While he's doing all this while you're having this breakdown, he goes, no, it's a heavenly father sort of thing.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm a champion of 2 gods. Come on.
Okay, but anyone could have okay.
Sure, yes, which is why you don't step into people's... Come on, you're a cleric. Of all people, I would assume you would. You clearly have the wisdom, but you know what? You are just... you are out of your temple, and we are going to make sure that... Please, just respect my privacy when I have to pray. It's kind of a thing.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I know I'm an absolute arse sometimes. I don't blame you.
Well, everyone's out. We're gonna blow up the cave. So
Bloody hell! I make awkward finger guns to a few cute half-orcs. The next thing I know, I'm praying while you're blowing up. What did I? Minimus tits! What do you do when I'm not around?
typically, there's more fire.
I swore a holy oath that will bind my soul in destiny to firebugs, arsonists, and anarchists?
Well, you swore an oath to us, which means that you're stuck with us, which means that we're gonna be friends. That's what that means, because we're all friends here, and that means that friends tell each other things like who they follow for gods and other secrets that they might have. And I told you we're blowing up a cave, so you should tell me who your other deity is.
I think you put two and two together. I worship Minerva and I worship Azimuth. Simple as that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I've I guess I've never heard someone worshiping more than one god before.
One of these days, when I whisk you away to the Platinum Hammer, you'll see that the things that people can do with prayer, with worship, with championship, and with clerical grace, it will blow you away.
Well, I look forward to that day. In the
Hmm.
meantime, we're blowing up a cave.
Oh, bloody hell's by Azimuth's platinum asshole. All right, let's go see this thing blow up. I have nothing better to do. Let's go.
Real
Did
quick,
Tobias
everyone
just
gets
introduce Alona to polygottery.
Polygottery.
Oh no!
I'm polygotterist. I'm kind of seeing other gods right now. Just kind of keeping it loose.
everyone gets 625 gold.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's including Hera, Antigone, and Morel.
Morel gives it back to you.
That's no. I wanted
says-
Morel.
He says,
Just did the math.
thank you, but I don't tag along with you guys for the pay.
Well,
I
hold on,
do.
Morel. Neither do I, but I ain't gonna turn it down. I mean, we stumbled across this.
Hmm.
I like.
Well,
Look-
if the druid says it's okay, bloody hell,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, if anything, she owes you. Do you remember the giant Uber orc that punched you into the ground?
Hey.
If anything, this
hey.
is insurance. Like medical bills at least. Just take
Hey.
the money.
You're not wrong, but it's the least we can do for you. Kind of tagging along, I guess.
Morel smiles and goes, "Well, all right. And the druid is right. You did try to kill me with a giant orc, so I think it's only fair."
All right, whatever.
Woodwort wants to turn around to Mush if he can get away from the party a little bit, and he hands Mush the letter to put in his little mouth, and he goes, "Okay, bud, they're gonna blow this popsicle stand. I'm gonna need you to dig in there 3 feet maximum. Drop that letter, come back out, fill in the hole. There's no point getting everyone else involved."
He just digs like a little bit, comes back up, there's a little nose, and then his paws, and goes little leg, and
Yes.
he
Wherever, when that rubble comes down, he just digs in a little bit, throws in that letter, and then comes back out.
into where the rubble is going to be.
Yeah,
Like in
yeah.
the cave.
Like it was in the cave. Yeah.
All right. So, as you guys are at the carriage, it's all the gnomes, all the halflings, all the citizens of Mollymoss, and the dwarves of Bryax. You're all there, as well as you. Bubble Boiler comes out and she goes,
Okay. We are very proud of this. This gonna be a big boom.
and as she says it, she goes, "We have about 5 more seconds," and then you see she is engulfed in a silhouette of fire. Not physically, just from behind her. She goes, "You have 5 more seconds." She turns around. The entire cave goes up. The conflagration makes this horizon burning scorch. And the whole place goes up. You can hear the rubble as the entire cave is now collapsed inside of itself. And as it just roars and rumbles, and Bubble Boil's just staring at it in shock. She slowly turns her head back. This half of her face is scorched with cinder. And she's like, "My count may have been a little off."
Woodwort turns around to the rest of the party and says, "I told you, goblin factor. That's why we leave the cave before they say it's okay." And he's
This was just going
he's
to.
just angry, just walking back to the carts.
Rufa's just gonna say, forgot to carry the 2, I see.
He goes, "No, it is never carry 2. Carry 2, blasphemy. You insult goblin science. No, this was perfect. This was outside interference with control group. And she looks at the rebel, and you see coming out of the rebel Awan just shaking the rocks off. It was the best explosion I've ever done. And he just walks from the rubble.
I think Woodward kind of looks over at this guy coming out of the rubble, and he goes, and he just kind of squints at him. Probably, you know what? I'll take the reins on this one. Woodward and most of the other gnomes in in Molly Moscow, and just peer at him real close as he comes walking out of the rubble, all normal.
I can see
Okay.
everyone just like leaning forward at the same time.
Okay. And he just walks and goes back over to the wagon.
One of the fellow gnomes of Molymos goes, "Oh yeah, sure, he can survive an explosion in a cave, but is he ever going to be around when we need him?" Shut up, Dorsey. Really fast, I need everyone to make. Let me actually say this. I need someone to make an Arcana check, but I would love it if Ian could make a Nature check.
That I can do.
All right.
Ooh, would a survival check work as well?
Nature.
Or a nature check.
It
That's
has
fine.
to be nature. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got an 18.
All right. Who is going to roll the Arcana check?
I have a high intelligence, but I'm not skilled in it.
I will do it. That is a 22.
Ooh.
All right. Let me do the Arcana check first. As you are looking at the gains that you have made today, you notice in the bag of odd stones 3 +1 weapon potency runes. And of course, looking at Baron's Beatstick, you see 1 rune of shifting. And last but certainly not least, you see 1 rune of pacification. These are for the players to disseminate how they wish and to integrate with the weapons if they want to. And last but not least, Ian, you take a look at the really kick-ass walking stick that they have in their gains, and you find a level 4 animal staff.
Ooh.
Ooh. My full ascension to Radagast is happening.
I speak for the trees. Get out of my forest. That being said, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break with the magical, awesome things that we have accomplished today. We're going to take a 5-minute break, come back at 9:48, and we'll kick off the second half of episode 27. We will see you here.
Hi, everybody.
First, out of the gate, I want to give a massive thank you to everyone in the chat for those. We heard it during the break, the amazing gift subs. Thank you so much. We're very, very appreciative of all you guys, all you legends. We love you. So
Yeah,
before I get
F.E.
awkward,
F.E. Burton way above and beyond.
yeah.
Mm.
So before I get awkward, salute, and let's pick things up where we last left off. A1 the Chainbreaker was walking out of the rubble, and Bubble Boil was just kind of like seething at him like, "How dare you make my science dumb?" The question is, what do you all do now?
Well,
Did Tobias come back?
Yes, Tobias and Alona came back for the big boom.
we have to return Flannis back to Molly Moss before we can continue on with all the information that we have.
Okay. Now, regardless, A1 will give you a quick little wink and then walk off. He says, "I have to go find my sister. Last I checked, she was in Bethune."
Can I interfere that real fast?
Absolutely.
Because I want to make. Okay. Question for you. A1, right? That's what it was?
A1.
Shionibus. Did you said you had a sister?
Yes. I don't know if you met her. She's a paladin normally.
For Baset or Sekhmet?
Oh, at least 3 goddesses last I checked, yeah.
Just by chance, just because I don't see a lot of people from my part of the world. Is her name Elenu? Just by chance?
Yeah. Lenu, Abinrin, yeah. She took the family name. Once I became an Orisha, I had to give up my family name.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do you want your share of money?
No, where I'm going, I don't need money.
Okay. Why is this whole family hot? And just like walks away.
I was about to say, I was like, check in on that one. Is this a hot? Is this like just running jeans? Really good.
Really great jeans.
Got it.
Beautiful babies.
Exactly what I was
Handsome.
gonna say.
As you kind of awkwardly duck out and he chuckles and walks away, he kind of says, "You got some pretty good jeans yourself," and
Oh!
just kind of walks off to the horizon.
That West Coast collection.
you kind of make a religion check on A1 if you want to.
Sure. Not terrible. 17.
Okay. So, he's a champion, and he's a liberator champion, meaning he's chaotic good. You know that inside of him is the Orisha of war, the hunt, metal, and dogs. And you know that, at least from talking to him and being around him, he has a purpose. He's been given a duty by Ogarun. Liberator, not just in goal, but in body and spirit. His mission is to travel the world and break every chain that ever holds someone back. And that's kind of his whole deal. So if there's someone who's in a metaphorical or physical chain, his entire purpose, and you got the feeling that he's chosen because this is his personality. He does not take this with any sitting down or grace. He was chosen by Ogarun to travel the world and do this because of who he is as a man. So he cannot sit still. He's got to find the next big oppression and destroy it.
Sounds more like the good side than the chaotic, but okay.
Well, he did murder countless goblins with a massive explosive cave-in and took a little bit of joy in doing so.
We've all been there. We've all had our days. Looks at the pyro of the group.
Oh.
Rufus is
I
gonna
say
go.
with love.
He's gonna go look back and forth. And goes, what?
So he goes on the horizon and he walks off to the next big thing to do. But you have a feeling if you ever stumble into a place that has a lot of oppression, he'll probably be there. Out of character, God help the man if he ever walks into Faramis, because that's like Candyland for this guy.
Yeah, so there's this place called Fort Raggedy. I just want you to keep it on your radar, just in case they get a hold of anybody else.
He turns around and he goes, Fort Raggedy. He stops. His eyes glow, this giant golden light beaming from him, and he goes, it's on the list. And then he just walks off.
Rufus is gonna yell out, do not try the coffee.
Do not try the coffee. And he goes, wait, why wouldn't I want to? And he stops like he's talking to someone and go, Fort Raggedy, y'all a bunch of gross ass heathens. And then he just walks off. So anyway, A1 leaves. And with that, you have a few options. Do you want to go back to Molly Moss and kind of hand wave the giving back of Flannis? Or do you want to go back to Molly Moss and sit through giving over Flannis to her people?
I don't
I'm
think
gonna-
we need to do that. Rufa, what do you think?
You know what? Because our friend Woodward did not get to experience Molly Moss, I'm gonna leave the choice to him.
Good point.
I think that's fair.
Honestly, the last thing that I know is that there was a druid trying to find me in Molly Moss. So if we drop off Flannis a block away and then get a rolling, I would not be upset. Look, I've kept up with all of you with my short legs. She can walk a bit.
I love that you're just gonna like hospital ditch her, like drive up to the front, boot her out, and let them pick her up.
We don't even stop. We just roll.
Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll, tuck and roll.
Graveyard drop off. Okay. Well, that's what the druid says. Morel respectfully disagrees and says that we need to walk her back into town and make sure that she gets there safe. Not because she needs protection, but because we gave a promise. And Tobias just goes, "You gave a promise, mate, not me." And then Morel kind of turns to him and gives him this look like, "Don't try my patience, little boy." What do you guys think?
Ichi looks at everyone and says, "Were we getting paid for this?"
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Oh,
I know we
that's
just
what
got that money, but there's this money too. And we should get that. It's easy to run out of money, okay?
True. I'm guessing everybody's head just kind of turns to Flannis right now.
What do you guys want to look at me like that? What? Do I have something on my face?
Let's escort her in. It's the right thing to do. Just we'll say, here is your leader.
And we would
And
totally
give us our
be a
money.
reward.
And then we leave. I like it.
All right.
Also, I
So-
miss the background music.
Oh, you want to? Okay. Well, let me ask you this: do you want to hear the dance music or the Molly Moss country music? Which one do you want to hear?
I want to hear whatever Molly Moss is playing today. Ichi doesn't know what it's going to be.
All right. Well. All right, how's it going, everyone? So sorry about the technical difficulties, but we're back now. And if you can't tell, we're back in Molly Moss, where it's a party 24/7/11 with the sound of the underground. What am I doing? I'm not a DJ. I'm just a PJ. But where we're picking this up, where we're picking this up is right where the heroes of Edge of Legend enter Molly Moss. And sure enough, the lights are blaring, the music is pumping, and a bunch of good old-fashioned gnomes and halflings are sitting there just chomping on, like you got like corn, you got like toothpicks, a few of them are imbibing, some of them are just vibing. And once you come in, you're greeted by a gnome with his thumbs in his blue slacks and his flannel shirt, and he's just staring like this. How do you do now?
Well, we brought back
Hey.
your leader.
Yeah, where's our money?
All right.
I mean, where's our money?
All right, well, we shook on a deal, and the deal was we'd negotiate once she got back, right? And she looks, Flannis, how do you do now? Doing good. How you doing, Glenn? Okay, doing good. So, how much gold is worth of mayor's head? I don't honestly know.
Well, it's not just the mayor's head. We also brought back many other. He kind of looks slowly at what's his name, Dorsey. Fine citizens.
He looks at Dorsey, looks back at you, looks at Dorsey. How do you do now, Dorsey? Oh, I'm doing good. Can't complain. How do you do? Just fine. So, I suppose I should say thank you for bringing back Dorsey. Can't say I would have missed him, but okay, I'm glad he's here. Well, what's a good passing rate? This rather rotund with a massive beard gnome comes walking up. Wells, I don't know about good prices for peoples, but I think about 50 gold a head is a pretty good bet.
Make it 100 and you got a deal.
Give me a diplomacy check as you are bartering with this guy.
Can I
Report.
aid her?
people.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like I'm gonna leave Rufa out of a deal?
Yeah.
No way. Come on.
Woodward's gonna try to find an empty barrel inside of the wagon, and he's gonna take his shield, which is made out of a barrel lid, and
Yeah.
close it over the top of him, and just sit inside of it to wait for this to just get done with.
Give me a stealth check with +4 because you are
Great.
going full barrel.
That is a 15 for diplomacy.
I got
Alright.
a 22.
All right. I actually know this song. I love this song.
I got a
Okay.
21.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you're doing a good old fashioned pickle hiding. Ooh, nope, let me phrase that. You're doing a good job of pretending to be a pickle barrel, and no one can tell it's you. Yeah, guess one of those things you catch yourself afterwards. So Rufa and Shionavis, you are talking to Glenn, who's just staring at you, and you mentioned the 100. Rufa, what do you say to make this deal go a little smoother?
Rufa's gonna go, well, 50 's a little on the the low side. 100 is our usual driving rate. Personally, Rufa feels friend Chonobus here is cutting you a good friend's deal, because honestly, Rufa would probably set it at around 200.
Glenn looks at you. Well, buddy, sir, I don't know you very well, but I trust your jib and how it's cut. It's a good cut jib. You there, Elven Lady? Your jib is also cut well.
It's been an off day, I know.
So you said 100 ahead?
Yeah.
Well,
So Glenn just goes, well, all right. Them sounds like fair dealings. Extends a hand to you and to shake on it. And he's waiting for that hand to be shaken.
She's gonna look at Rufa questionably, like, is this a good deal?
Rufa's gonna go, it is your deal, so you better put your stamp on it. And while you do that, Rufa will prepare the paperwork. And he's like, right, you see him kind of pause book, writing receipt.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, okay. She's gonna shake his hand.
All right. So he gives it 1, 2, 3, and he even counts it out loud, and the whole town counts 1, 2, 3, and the handshake is broken. And with that, he says, "All right, hold on." Looks at you, leans way dramatically behind you to look behind you, and does a quick head count. That's 37 heads, and a bunch of people keep shouting 37, 37, 37, and then they come out with this giant stack and place down 3,700 gold in a sack.
I love deals so much.
Rufa is gonna write down 37. I guess. Takes out his abacus and two. Okay. All right, and he signs it. Here we go. If you'll sign it, and I'll make Rufa will make copies, and deal is done.
Okay. So the fake creature takes it after seeing your signature, looks over to someone else, signs it, gives it back to you, and then Glenn kind of looks at you and goes, "All right, mister, now I have your name." The minute you grab the piece of paper, you forget your name is Rufa.
no!
Hey, and
Didn't I tell everyone not to give someone your name in this town?
you pushed the deal
PJ,
so hard that
I'm
you're
gonna
part of the problem.
PM you something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind.
Please do. Absolutely. I'm excited about this.
Oh,
Didn't I say specifically when we first walked into this town, don't give no one your name? These gnomes are whack.
I am so happy that I went in the barrel because I knew none of that. I would have just walked up and be like, "Yo, hey, my name's Woodward, and this here's
Sorry.
and it would have been
Sorry.
over."
Oh,
Uh,
folk. Oh.
Ooh.
I do have a little insurance with that, actually.
I'm curious to see what'll come back.
All right.
Do we remember it?
Almost.
Ooh.
I gotta make a GM roll.
Question.
Odds, yes. Evens, no.
I can't decide which one I want.
I know.
I love that we're deciding the fate of a man's name over a banging EDM track. So, the GM roll was odds, yes. Evens, no. The dice of the gods has spoken. 6, no. At this point in time, you know who Rufa is. You know this gentleman before you, but the name is not Rufa, and you don't know what their name is anymore.
You. With the great outfit.
Oh.
Not my cup of tea, but you're rocking.
You
Why
mean
can't I-
Robert?
Rufus? No.
That's not even close.
Like you were close with Robert.
Robert's a good, solid name.
It's the fabulous. Anybody?
This
You.
one does not. Oof. Oof.
You hear Morel go, Dandy Man! His name is Dandy Man. Look how fancy and dandy he is. He's a dandy man.
What did you do?
This one does not remember. And he kind of looks over at Glenn. Bad show, old chap. Bad show.
Would you say that really fast? I'm sorry.
To Glenn, he's like, bad show, old sport. Bad show.
Glenn looks at you and goes, oh, the name thing. We can't control that. That's part of the fade that lives here. That just happens. Sorry about that. But you know what? Hey, a name is only as good as what you attach to it. And it sounds like you have a whole new opportunity to attach a new name.
This one has the feeling that he enjoyed his previous name. How would this one regain his previous name?
Well, by the Fey rules, the only way you can get your name back is you either give us all the gold there, and we call it squares, or you go out and you get it back your own self. You got to earn it again.
How does this one earn his name back?
How does anyone earn a name? Trip, you fall, you stumble into it. And if you don't remember how you got your name, well, buddy, that's on you. I'm going to go with what the chat decided to call you. And until you change your name, you are now officially Jeremy.
No.
Just need more Jeremys.
This is all I wanted and more.
Glenn, well, Flannis comes over and does kind of give shall we say, a very passionate embrace to Glenn. Glenn looks very, very, very uncomfortable, but not upset. And Flannis does say, well, I suppose maybe we can give him the back way, eh? And Glenn goes, oh, what do you mean now? And she says, well, there's always a Fey deal for another Fey deal. If he goes out and makes another deal with another Fey, he can get his name back. He'll have to lose something else.
We don't need the gold.
Hey. You always need gold. You've lived in a temple all your life. How do you know?
I may not remember their name, but I remember that they like gold. So, do
Martin.
you really, Martin, Jeremy? Jeremy feels
Jeremy
right.
sounds right.
Jeremy sounds right.
Nailed
This
it.
one does not like the name Jeremy, but I guess, but this one guesses Jeremy would have to do for now. Okay, this is gonna be kind of hard to say, so I'm gonna stumble sometimes out of character. Let y'all know.
Yeah.
Woodward throws the lid off this barrel and gets out. and he kicks the barrel with all his might. And he goes, "Come on now! This is a disappointment! This is a disgrace!" And jumps stomping back out. He goes, "This is not how Fey deals work."
As you do that, another gnome comes out and he goes, "You bunch of pheasants! This is a disappointment!" And he starts kicking other barrels, and he's like, "I agree with. Oh, hey Woodward, how you doing now? How you doing? This is a bunch of pheasants!" And he starts kicking other barrels.
Yeah. He goes, "Glenn, listen to me now. That wasn't part of the deal. I know you can claim it on any Fey, and I know you can change it just as well as the rest of us can. What about a trade?"
Glenn looks at Flannis and goes, "Well, I suppose you're the mayor now, so what do you say now?" Flannis looks and she says, "Okay. What do you want to trade for his name?"
Mine.
Your name?
I'm already tied to you all anyway. Doesn't matter what you call me. I picked it when it came out of the ground, so I can just look to the right and just say rock, and it's just as good as what I picked. So if we're gonna throw names out there and you don't think they mean much, mine doesn't.
Ichi's reconsidering what she knows about gnome biology.
Jeremy now turns over to Woodward. Friend Woodward, that means much to Jeremy's heart, but Jeremy cannot let you make such a grand sacrifice.
Oh no, here's the thing. I know it's wrong. I'm not gonna use it. Here's the thing, bud. At the end of the day, this is just a spiral. They get your name, they're gonna have everything else. I can walk in and out on any given day. So if I give them my name, I'll just leave. I don't care. You don't need to be tied to this place. This place ain't good. He's just trying to get the point across to his friend.
Well, I do see an amazing hype train kicking up, so I'll say this. If you guys want to make a deal with the Fae to get Jeremy's name back, we can do that. Looks like the chat wants it, so...
really quick. Actually,
yes, sir.
PJ, really quick. I was wondering if I could roll... Because the Fae is technically kind of a cult-type creature, right? Or is it Arcana? Skill-wise?
Thank you so much for the... Oh, wow, thank you so
Because
much.
I was wondering if I could use my legal lore. If it deals with the laws.
Oh,
And-
Sorry,
because I have an idea. Because one of my ideas, perhaps, either a challenge or a low risk task, maybe.
Dance.
All
battle.
right. Well, I will say this. If you want to roll legal lore to fight a Fey contract, that sounds metal as hell.
Mhm.
And I stand that. I'm all about that. I'm here for that. What I will say is, because we have a hype train going and I want to reward the hype, you can choose, with your legal lore being the role, the contest of champions you desire to fight the Fae to get your name back. And the bonus that I will give you, even breaking the Pathfinder 2nd edition rule of no higher value than a +4, I will let a +5 value, if the hype train gets a +5, I will give you a +5 bonus, depending on the hype train, as a free bonus to whatever you're going to fight and challenge these people with to get your name back.
All right. You know what? For the sake of story.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to dance for your name? Or are you going to argue for your name? What are you going to do?
You know what? I'm gonna let the hype train decide.
Okay.
If I do get up to we get to a level 5, it'll be a dance off. If not, I'm thinking you know what, down the line, maybe in a couple games, we just do kind of what is it, the labors of Hercules, like something like that.
I may
That'd be
have
an
to
interesting story thing.
I may have to kick you guys off the Fey realm with a fail of a name way early. That's gonna
Or
be
maybe
awkward.
reverse. No, reverse. Labors of Hercules, level 5, dance off anything under.
All right. Okay.
Ah!
Thank you so much, Rube Psyche, for the subs. Thank
Oh
you
my
so much.
gosh.
Oof.
The chat has spoken.
They want you to
s-
dance.
They want you to
Yeah.
dance off. They really want you to dance off, my
I don't
dude.
think you're getting out into dancing.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Although, you could debate legal loopholes while dancing. If
We have
anybody
a
can
f-
do it, Jeremy
Ooh.
can do it.
we have a full level 5, y'all,
All right. All
which
right.
means it's
This is the
official.
best you got.
You not only get a +5, but I think you kind of have to dance for your name now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dance.
All right. All right. I'm down. I'm down.
Dance.
Okay,
Dance.
okay.
Dance.
Go keep those absolute bangers twirling and spinning and slamming because it is time for a Molly Moss dance off.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Jeremy, and I honestly had no expectation or plans of this. Jeremy is now dancing for his name against the entire town of Molly Moss, including our friend Jeffrey Crumplestein.
Crumplestein is back.
So, suddenly, as you make this deal with the Fae, only because Woodward has offered his name as collateral, you see giant mushrooms break out of the ground. These mushrooms kind of grow to these spongy squares, and the mushroom caps start to kind of all of a sudden this massive beat drops and the ground starts to move like a ripple of water and the entire town starts to do the best synchronized hoedown of your life while Jeffrey Crumpenstein is in the front just like just busting it down like a madman. They're gonna make a dance roll. Jeffrey Crumplestein is getting the entire town support as aid. He gets just a straight up +4 bonus to his bonus. It's Mortal Dance Combat. Better bring it, Raiden, because here comes the thunder.
I'm sorry, Sidney. There is nothing. You missed a game and we kind of lit a town on fire. I have no idea what's happening. Who is the dancing man against Rufa, and why does everyone know who he is?
Oh my god, that's right. You weren't here for Jeffrey Crumplestein. Oh, this sounds so
No,
weird. to say.
I am lost in a Fey realm right now.
As you should be, given it is Moss, and that's how most of us walked into here.
Yeah. Welcome to what may be Woodward's home. I'm sorry, Ian. So, out the gate with a powerful start. 19 on the die face with a +4 of the town backing up Jeffrey Crumplestein. And his already immaculate dancing skills of a +9. That makes it if I can do math right, a 32? So Jeremy, you're now dancing for your name back, your identity, against a group of the Fae for a deal for Woodward's name on the line.
Michael. Come on, Michael.
What's your role? It's not
And
one and
Ichi,
done, but the
lend
first round.
support.
All right.
If you put your name up for collateral, and you have 2 names, so choose which name you want
I
to get
need
rid
that.
Ooh.
All right. First off,
What about the law?
Rufa's gonna. Oh dang! This thing. Sorry, my headphone just slipped down. Rufa watches Crumplestein do his dance.
Yep.
He steps forward. You have brought the thunder, but I am the light. But this one is the lightning.
Okay.
Gnomes of Mollymos, destined heroes, messengers, best friend, and the doomed and the damned. It is time to experience the dance. And oh, That's a good one. Okay. Oh. You said get a +5, right?
You get your entire normal performance check plus 5 because chat absolutely rallied behind you for this hype train.
Yeah. Seriously.
Huge shout out to Mahout
34.
saying 34. That beats it by 1.
Oh,
Two.
Literally 19. I rolled
First-
a 19.
The first round is in the books. Huge shout out to Really Fast Mahout saying all I want to do is zoom of your boom boom. For the Wrecking Crew reference, you get a hero point, Mahout. You can use it wherever you want to. Okay. So I gotta make a quick tally here. So Jeremy gets 1 round. Crumplestein the Revenge loses the first round. How many hero points do you have, Jeremy?
oh. Now, I have my name on the line, and I have 1 hero point.
Yeah.
If I'm in this bet, can my bud use it?
I will say, anyone who puts their name on the line can give Jeremy, gotta be correct, will give Jeremy their hero point. Now, and this has to be said, only 1 hero point can be used per round. And if Jeremy loses, until you complete a new Fey deal, anyone who put the name on the line, their name is now Jeremy. And to everyone who's watching his name Jeremy, know that we love you and your name is terrific and you're an awesome person. You're great. I'm sure you nurse baby lambs back to health and fly to Krypton on the weekends. But for right now, it's a very different world. So if La Pacificorita, whose name was earned on a spirit quest, whose name is the tradition and legacy of her grandmother, who was a tremendous hero, whose name was earned through the struggle and strife of her people and her culture, wants to put up either her real name or her real name, her real identity of La Pacificorita, wants to put up one of those names, she can. But she has to come to terms with the fact that if Rufa loses, she will now be El Jeremy.
When you put it that way, it's even worse.
That wasn't a convincing argument, but Michael, you have my hero point and
Alright,
my
alright.
axe.
And my hero point. But I should say, though, Sam, by doing so, you grant him more hero points to call upon. So you don't have to say yes. I'm not saying you say yes, but I'm just saying, know the gamble, know the game.
What about a little bit of performance coaching? Could I do that without putting my name up?
Oh, no. No. We have to have stakes in a Fey game.
I think Ichi's gonna think about it for another round.
So you're hedging your bet. You want to see how bad this gets before you give your name up. That is 1,000% okay.
She's looking at her victory belt, her champion belt, and just like, Jeremy, you're doing great. Keep going.
All right. Second round. It's about to get brought. What's your performance check? The plus
All right.
5 from the chat.
Before he performs again, he's gonna stand there, eyes closed, looks up. This one is a man who feeds his soul through his souls. This one is a man who has the gift of the dance. May his foes beware, for his heart is callous to those before him, for his will refuses to kneel to the opposition.
Okay.
Watch as I roll 1.
No.
You got this,
Oh.
Jeremy.
You know, the fabulous Jeremy. Doesn't
I
sound
I
that
I
bad.
think
Oh,
Effie
man.
Burton's actually onto something. They chat
really?
the Jeremy origin story, and now I just think that everybody in who we've met, there are so many Jeremys is because they've gotten wound up in stuff they shouldn't have.
So,
It
Rufo,
makes
what's,
sense.
Really
well,
quick,
I'm sorry,
do I still have
Jeremy.
that +5?
Yeah, it's going
Okay.
all night long. But remember, Crumplestein gets a +4.
Well, I got a 32.
A 32. Okay, I got to do some math.
Mhm.
Give me a second. So, hold on. Crumplestein got a 28.
Yes.
You beat him by, I think, hold on, 6. Right, so, second round goes to you. Crumplestein, which feels so weird to say, just stops and goes, all right, fine. Last time I challenged you is with honor, the honor of the dance competition of the gods. But now, I have to challenge you to street rules. And he punches the ground, and you see the stereo grow bigger. And it grows wider. And he's like, now I'm not holding anything back. I may abhor drugs, but I do them. So, Jeffrey Crumplestein gets ready for the next round. I can't believe I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? Anyway, round 3. 2 rounds to Rufa. Crumplestein is going into overdrive. He gets more bonuses. For the next 2 rounds, his +9 is now a +12, not including the +4 from the town. Are you ready, Jeremy?
All right, let's do this.
All right. Crumplestein starts. First of all, the whole town is doing the most amazing hoedown you've ever seen. It's just like the most amazing, intricate dance. Everyone doing, and Crumplestein is somehow doing the most freestyle abomination, and yet it works. It works. It works too well.
Good old
Can I
hoedown right
describe-
over that EDM.
Rufa's dance style in this battle.
Please, please.
Rufa's dance style he chose for this dance battle against that hoedown style. It's a kind of a fusion between tap
Yes.
and like windmill breakdancing.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, okay.
So he pretty much. You know what? I'm gonna say this for the next segment.
Okay, okay. I'm just imagining you windmilling, and as you're windmilling, your feet are finding solid ground to purchase off of, and so as you're spinning on your head, the perfectly executed rhythmic click clack, click clackety clack clack, click clickety clack 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 clack. It's ricocheting off. Now, you need to roll, my dude.
How did we play Pathfinder and get to a Cowboy Bebop reference? How did we just like full circle this, right? Like,
We found
All
a
right.
way.
what choices have we made to get here?
Rufa looks at his opponent and just goes, "Beware the illusionary razor blades of fate. The west becomes the north becomes the east. The normal becomes abnormal as fantasy becomes real."
Everyone in the hoedown goes, "Oh, that's just another day in Moss, bud. We're so fade up, we don't know where we are except here." So, what was your roll?
30.
Crumplestein rolls a 31.
Oh,
No!
And that round goes to Crumplestein. Now, it's 2-1. Best 3 out of 5. If Rufa can, I'm sorry, Jeremy. If Jeremy can get this next round, he clinches it. But with the new and improved style of Crumplestein, the whole town of Faye backing him up, maybe he might have a place in this fight after all. That being said, Jeremy, roll your performance check.
Ichi rushes in. She says, "I'll put in my name." Jeremy,
They,
I
you see,
can't keep calling you Jeremy.
you see Crumplestein start slow motion. He goes, "What name?"
Just one of them? She just starts dancing at it, like to match his vibe.
Yes. Like it's clear he's doing this as performance. Everyone else is still going, why is he talking weird? I don't know. He's so goddamn weird, bud.
I put in Ichi Pokton Papakui.
You are now able to give him any hero point you want. If he loses, you lose your born name. You don't lose your lucha name, your real name. You only lose your born name. All right. So, how many hero points do you have, Sam?
Good question. 2.
Okay. So, between with Woodward's at least 1 and Sam's at least 2. Remember, Jeremy. Feels so weird to call Michael Jeremy. You have at least 3 hero points backing you up. You have at least 3 more rounds to win this.
You know what? I'm gonna use.
I feel like I fell asleep in Vegas and then found myself at a table of like high stakes poker.
Yeah.
It's like, how did I get here? Why is there so much on the line? What happened?
I feel like we all got drunk and woke up in front of Felix Chance, and he's like, "So you had to go and piss me off, didn't you? All right, well, here we're gonna make a deal now. Here you go." No,
All right.
I don't wanna.
I'm gonna have to use that hero point.
You're gonna have to use a hero point. All
I'm
right,
gonna have to use a hero point.
that's one of your 3 down, my man.
Yeah.
Take mine because I have 2. So
Yeah, because I don't think a 4 would help in this situation.
Oh no, not at all, my dude.
Yeah.
And this next one,
Anyway.
though, is for keeps. Roll that performance check for keeps.
Well, first of all right. Would this do?
Yes!
Now, it would. However, just so I know the math, if you had to take that 20, add the +5, add your performance check, what's the total? I gotta know.
35.
Yeah. Beats it by 1, my dude. Yes, good on you.
Okay,
you
really
win.
quick. Let me
the
describe what
third.
happens.
Yes, please describe. Tell me the
Jeremy-
tale, my dude.
Jeremy takes a deep breath, puts his hand together. The past can be forgotten, but it cannot be ignored. The uprising begins now. For this one shall have his name back. And then he, with his, can I just fudge a little bit, like saying that he pulls a bag of sand from his.
Sure. I'm not gonna stop you from describing how you win. Go right ahead.
He takes a bag of sand, kind of throws it in the air, but it's not just regular sand. It's sand mixed with glitter.
Yes. Yes. 1,000% yes.
It's not regular glitter. It's actually kind of, if you look very closely, it's like metal ore. And his feet just rhythmically started dancing, and as it goes faster and faster, the metal in his heels actually starts sparking against the metal ore.
Nice.
I love the finisher.
And then he does kind of a windmill kick, not inches, but millimeters from the tip of his opponent's nose, and just leaves his foot stop right there.
Verily, as you have just dished upon this naive dancing fool, you have served upon his brow a most vicious victory, mocking his moves most foul. You have thrown a foot upon his face, of which, of course, most big disgrace, Krempelstein crumples like a little plague bitch and falls away and crumples into the town as a little crumple sandwich. You, sir, you, Rufa, have earned your name again. As the whole town falls back like some shitty Jiminy Cricket game of bowling, you suddenly have this epiphany, this realization, like taking a sweater off your head and feeling the air against your fresh nubile skin for the first time. You're like, I am Rufa. To which Glenn goes up and goes, good game. How do you do, Rufa? Good to meet you.
Rufa looks down at the hand, kind of gives a shrug and just shakes it. 1, 2, 3.
To which the whole town
then
goes, 1, 2, 3 out loud.
Mm-hmm. And then Rufa looks over to the group. Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh my god. So you have finished the task of returning Flannis and the 37 halflings and gnomes to Molly Moss. You have walked off with 3,700 gold for your efforts, and all of you have retained your true names and beaten the Fae. Whether or not they intended it, you've beaten the Fae at their own game, and you leave Molly Moss behind you, pickle barrel and all.
That feels like the highest stakes thing we've ever done.
Yeah. I know we're taking on an army, but I feel like this is going to be like, you don't know what we've been through when we get to the orcs.
We had to
Almost
deal with
all
gnomes.
Jeremy.
A lot of them.
I love it. It's like, fuck your world war. I danced against a Fae. Oh my god, are you okay? Do you need therapy?
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah. Oh man, I had it here. Rufa 3 strikes, Crumplestein 1, and it was literally 1 point away from being a neck and neck tie. Oh, good on you. Good freaking on you. All right.
Can I just say, as we're riding out of Molly Moss, we kind of look out kind of haggard, like we just got back from a really rough weekend in Vegas.
It's like that meme from Rick and Morty where it's like, no, Morty, it's gonna be like 30 minutes tops. I swear, Morty, it's gonna be like 30 minutes. And then it's like 5 hours later. Oh my god, why?
Yeah.
I feel that we've got all the meanings of Vegas already in this. All of us are covered in inexplicable glitter. we've got high stakes that came out on our side, but we're not entirely sure how we got dealt in. It's like it is a full Vegas vacation.
Yeah. You walk into Vegas with like $3,000 in a dream, and you leave Vegas with $5,000 in a circus clown, and you're like, don't ask questions, man. Just get the fuck out of Vegas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like Rufus like in the wagon, one of the wagon driving it. If anybody's around him, like, never again, never again, never again, never again.
PJ, how much did you say we got from Marbox?
I
want to make sure I'm doing math right.
I think, God bless you, Kylie. Yes, you have earned 3,700 gold for saving Flannis and Dorsey and the whole thing. By the way,
I did do math right.
Rufa, as you leave, one of the dwarves of Bryax looks at you, and he says, "We're not Fae, and we're not bottom dwellers. We're topside dwellers. We ain't got no home. We're okay with just kind of wandering about. We're used to that. We're dwarves. You got Hammer and Forge. Bless the dumb SOB that stands in front of us, but we need some direction." Because we can't go back to Brax. So I was wondering if you could tell me where to go. We only knew Brax, and I'm not sending my people back down underside.
How many people are there?
From Brax, you count about 50 people,
50 people.
roughly. Maybe 47, maybe 52. It's hard to say, but it's easily like approximately 50.
Mm-hmm. Rufus gonna look at the group dwarves. So, well, we could take. We're gonna have to take tons walking if you do not mind. But it's been a good day. It's been a good victory. You may join us, and we could decide.
Whoa. Listen, we're good on our own. We got 50 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're scavengers, we're fighters, we're crafters, we're builders. We're fine, but we just don't know this place very well. We've been living in Brax now for 5 generations, and that was taken from us. Rightfully so. We didn't deserve it. We didn't belong there. That's what the orcs told us. And they had some good points. We just want to make sure we're going where we're supposed to be. And we don't know where that is.
Rufus gonna look down and goes, "What do you want to do?"
Really fast. Sam, what was that?
I was gonna ask, would Ichi have any like input on this from what she read in the was it the Long Striders or Long Walkers?
Regrettably, no. But you're also not
Mm.
officially a long walker. You haven't pledged yourself, so you haven't quite gotten all the stuff.
Okay.
Woodward kind of perks up and says, "Well, hold on now. We just passed a place that had a port. I mean, sure, we blew it to Kingdom Come, but if anybody can fix some stonework, it's your people, right?"
Give me a diplomacy check with a +4, Ian. And if anyone else has a question, comment, quandary, quest, whatever, for these dwarves, please, after this check, let me know. And
Got
what
it.
was that?
A 12?
Okay. Is that with the +4?
Yeah.
God bless you. Okay.
Yeah, I got a 0 for my charisma.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so the dwarves think about it and they go, I mean, I don't really want to put a place up where we used to be locked in a cage, but there is a lot of raw materials. But we were trapped there for about a week. There's a lot of raw materials.
I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying that but it's there and it's no one's.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it being no one's mean you didn't take it, so it's yours.
And we're down
And you
the
know there's
major
iron in
road.
there.
Yeah.
You know there's things to rebuild.
Yeah. And there's lots of stone. Hammer and forge, bless the stone. We could make a whole bunch of buildings out of that.
Yes, and we do have. He kind of looks at the group. Little bird and Adafon Prime who might be willing to fund a new forge.
I don't. You have a little bird in a cage somewhere in a country I ain't ever heard of. What's a little bird got to do with this?
Rufa kind of writes down on a piece of paper, folds it, and hands it to him. Well, if you do not mind sending one of your fellows to Adafon Prime to Senator what's the character's name again? I'm sorry. I don't remember.
The senator, it's quite all right. I don't blame you. He has a very weird name. His name is Lofen Sempris.
Okay. If you send one of your fellows to Senator Lofen Sempris, perhaps we get him to fund your operation, and it will be a mutual, beneficial, and profitable situation.
Well, it was unofficially a port near the ocean. We could probably turn that into a port. Could probably mine for something. Plus, at the end of the long road, that's a major intersection for market. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll send one of mine over up to Alphon Prime. We'll see if we can strike a deal with this Sempris person.
And remind him that is a war on the horizon. And while a war is not a great thing, a war can be a profitable thing.
Well, I don't like those words, but okay. So the dwarves of Bryx, have decided to build a home on the ashes of the King's Cave and, ironically, the ashes of Great King Big Boss. Does anyone else have any questions for the dwarves of Bryx before they decide to just walk off? Maybe about a little orphan boy?
Yep.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I'm going to go up to the dwarf that Rufa just spoke to and say, when we went through Bryax,
Yeah.
we met a child, a young boy, with a strange marking on his forehead. Do you know him?
Was it like a scar from an accident? Did he have a beard? Most dwarven boys have a beard by like age 10. Like
He was human.
No, we were all dwarves. We were all topsider dwarves. We didn't have any human boys.
PJ, I was wondering, can I make a craft check to see if I can draw the picture of the boy?
Go right ahead.
$25.
25. You do this amazing sketch from your head. They look at it and go, nope. Don't look like none of ours. That's certainly not a dwarf boy, that's for sure. I ain't seen that kid in my life.
Curious. Very, very curious.
Yeah. Like I said, we're a topside of town. We're just a bunch of dwarves that started living up here. I ain't seen no human here. I sure as the Forge ain't seen nothing else but us dwarves. Until we met that one orc in the red robe, what talked a lot of good sense about us, and then we left because, yeah, no, we didn't deserve that town.
I think you're muted.
Oh, am I muted?
Nope.
No,
Sydney.
I think Sydney's muted.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
didn't
not
hear.
good. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was weird. Ilona just catches him for a second and asks him to describe the orc with the red robe in more detail.
he thinks for a second. He just kind of his heavy brow kind of sinks. He looks at the dirt. And he goes, Well, there was two at first, and then one of them left. The other one stayed around. Well, we didn't see any reason to kill two orcs just for wearing robes, so we didn't. Just be rude. So then the one was there. I mean, the one orc that sticked around didn't look anything crazy. Big, broad, full of muscle and anger. When he talked, he made a lot of sense. But the other orc, he was a weird-looking orc. For an orc, mind you. He was tall, but he was skinny. He was painfully skinny. Ain't no muscle on that boy, no way. Bone and green skin, no hair, bald as a cue. Giant white beard, glasses, like he was reading or something.
Ilona is going to pull out the key to the Temple of Ravan.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to show him the symbol that's on the key. She's going to ask him, was this symbol anywhere on this man?
No, ma'am. He had no symbols. He had just a red robe, pair of really nice glasses for reading, really skinny like, bald head, long white beard, talked really funny. Like when he talked orc, he sounded like he was really fancy. And the other orc called him disembodied. I don't know nothing about what that means, but he called him disembodied. And he just kind of left. He walked. Well, from Bryax, he walked maybe west facing southwest by a few days. I don't know. I guess that wouldn't put him in Mollymoss. Maybe it puts him on the giant major city in between Mollymoss and where we were, but he's not in Mollymoss, that's for sure.
Well, thank you for all of your help with that. I hope that you build a really beautiful town at the King's Cave.
Well, ma'am, it may take some time, but there's one thing I can assure you. Upon the hammer in the forge, I do swear. Give it about 10, 20, 50 years' time, we're going to build a damn fine city. You can come by and check.
I think I will.
Good. Well, in the meantime, we best get going. Nothing gets built sitting still, and idle hands are the tool for laziness. And they just proceed to leave and walk in the direction of King's Cave.
And Rufa is going to kind of look at the rest of the group. Now can we just get the hell out of here?
All right.
Oh, by the way, everyone gets 625 gold. That's including Morel, Hera, and Antigone.
What about Tobias? He doesn't get any
Yeah,
gold?
I get to don't PJ, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
I got plans. I think
So do
we
I.
should. Just kidding.
You take his shit.
I'm kidding.
Girl, you mean. Okay. So yes, so you're making your way from Molly Moss. The question is, knowing full well that Geb Zebel is trying to create a diplomatic alliance to bring the Blue Rock tribe into the Green War, to join Korokos in his world war devastation, knowing full well that Ka Mengelmaw is working on a brand new, superior super orc, bigger and more powerful than Leontari and Lova, and knowing that somewhere out there is a pissed off Zaka, a disappearing Zanakin, and the Red Orc tribe unaccounted for. The biggest question is, where in the name of this war do you go next?
That bear place.
I thought we were going shopping.
Yeah, that's the bear place.
That's the bear. Okay. I just want to make sure.
So,
What?
to confirm, yeah, don't worry, Ian, we'll give you the...
It's weird to pronounce.
So it's called Agrippa upon Aubert. Is that correct? That's where you're going next?
Yeah,
Yes.
All
the
right.
bear place.
All right. So, having
Has-
yes, Sidney. No, please continue.
We're going to Agrippa Pano Bear as long as Kahorbo Bubble Boil is coming with us because she knows where Mengelmaw is. And we'll tackle that next episode, but I just want to make sure she's coming with
Yeah.
us.
She is absolutely joining you because she wants to make sure that Ka Mengelmaw's science is completely destroyed. She says that is bad science and has to be removed. So, with Ka Mengelmaw prepping for a brand new super orc, the likes of which would change the face of the war forever, with Geb Zebel about to recruit an entire branch of the Blue Rock tribe to join the war effort, with the Red Rock tribe now slowly dominating the skies over Adolphon Prime and Korokos, orchestrating the whole thing. We will come back next week to figure out what happens when the heroes go to Agrippa upon a bear and the many crazy things that are waiting for them. Ladies, babies, and gentlemen, you legends, you absolute glorious legends of Edge of Legend, thank you so much for joining us for episode 27. Thank you so much for this amazing day. It is a day of hope, a day of 2 steps forward for what may have been 12 steps back, and a day of 300 opportunities in front of us. With that being said, we're going to do our exits, and we will see you next week, starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
I just want to really quickly say thank you, everybody, for all the awesome raids, the hype train, all that stuff. Ooh, it was like, what is it? I felt like Goku getting that spirit bomb energy from everybody. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I am Michael Powell. You can find me all over the interwebs on my social media, which is at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my YouTube channel, which is Fantastic Tales of Adventure, and on Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Life Action Roleplay channel, I will be guesting on a show called The Purgatory Cafe, where angels and demons meet at a cafe owned by little old me.
Nice. Very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that. I love working with Ryan Omega, and I love the stuff he produces, so I look forward to that a lot. Please still let us know who we're going to be rating by the time this is over, because Lord knows I don't have the focus. Next up, I think I should give a lot of props to the people who threw their names into that Fae bet. So next up, Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, hello, I am Sam Sterling, not Jeremy, thank God. You can find me everywhere, or many places, at Hey Sam Sterling. And I just want to also plug Purgatory Cafe on Thursday. I'm not going to be on it, but I play a different show that's in universe, and it's going to be a great time. So you definitely should go watch that Thursday over on Life Action Roleplay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Next up, Kylie. No, I'm sorry. We're doing people who put their names into this Fae bet. Sorry, Kylie, you have to wait for like 5 seconds. Ian, First of all, Ian, so amazing to have you back. Thank you for coming back. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
My name is Ian, and I'm very happy to say that I'm still playing Woodwort and not a Jeremy. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at Bearded Scald on our Discord, on Twitch, on pretty much any other platform you can think of. It is linked at this point. And if you want to check out anything I do besides this show, I run a small business called Witch and Heathen. We're actually having a update for our candles and what we sell this Saturday. So come check out our shop, 3 p.m. PST for what's opening up. And we're hoping to show you guys some new stuff we're revealing, resin cast traits and plates and all sorts of things. So come check us out.
Heck yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, next up, without further ado, Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. At this point, it really doesn't matter. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at Kai's Wonderful Life. I also do Dungeons and Dreams, I want to say it's on. And I play, words today. It's a D&D game, and it's called City of Promise. It's homebrew. I play a quarter orc fighter. She's pretty great. And we're all in a university, so it's a lot of fun. I'm also on TikTok in a tag called Ocean's Pride that's getting a lot of drama if you want to head all over there. It's going to be real good. Yeah, I hope to see you guys there.
Love it, absolutely love it. Coming up next, Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Oh, gee, it's me. Hi. My name is Sidney, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's just my name, make it really simple for you. Besides this, I have a show every Tuesday where I read fairy tales, lore, myths, really anything that piques my fancy, and I read it online for you on YouTube on Tuesday, and it's fun. And if you like stories, you should come and watch it. And then if you want to have conversations about it, you should also do that, because it's important.
Absolutely. Yes, I cannot recommend it enough. She tells great stories. The artistry is very beautiful. Even when it's out of focus, it's like the best story you're gonna read on a Tuesday. Go check it out. I don't give a damn. You do it, so help me God. You do it, you get a hero point. That's how this works. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw. When I'm not here, these amazing faces, these people who I love, which, by the way, when quarantine's over, I have Christmas presents for you still. They're right over there. I'm going to give them to you because you deserve them. But when I'm not here Wednesdays, I'm here Tuesdays at 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. with Mr. Michael Powell, and maybe if we can steal him, Ian, a few times, doing a show called At the Table, where not only we talk about some of the cool things that Paizo and TTRPGs are doing, but we also build stuff with you, the chat, like what you saw tonight with the bully boots. That was invented at the table about a month or so ago, and just keep your eyes out for Edge of Legend, because there's a few other things that you, the chat, you legends, you built alongside us that will probably be appearing in Equidippa upon a bear. I don't know. I'm just saying. There's a bunch of other surprises we have coming for you later this year, and I cannot wait to announce it, but I got to be tight-lipped until then. I'm super stoked. So, that being said, Mr. Michael Powell, tell us, who are we rating for the evening?
We are rating Twitch Slays D&D.
Yes, I see them in our little thing to the left there. Twitch. I'm gonna butcher this even though I'm looking right at it. Twitch. That's a capital S. Slays D&D. Okay, so we're gonna be rating them. Until then, everyone, we have been gifted a year of opportunity. 300 plus days of moments, heroic and legendary. We have the strength, we have the proficiency, and we'll be doing this together. So let's seize the initiative. And I'll see you here next Wednesday. Same Nat time, same Nat channel for Edge of Legend. Be safe. And we're rating in 3, 2, 1.